we've got some more comms connected. Yes, definitely, Airsoft Jack. Hopefully we're going to run through some comm stuff tonight. But obviously me and Tim haven't actually booked onto that event yet. I know we've been talking about it, so we're going to try and thrash out some finer details.
And this is dark water, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be heading down. We still don't know the team situation. We've got to speak to John down at Darkwater. I haven't caught up with him yet. We've both had a hectic day. Richie's been snowed under with work. I've been pulled into some stuff with work as well. So we've literally had to rush down some food to get out here to try and be on time. And we'll catch up with John over the weekend, maybe. Welcome to all the guys joining. Brett, CAB, Jungle Airsoft, what's happening? Airsoft Can Man. I'm a big fan of your videos. I hate saying this now because I've always told people that I hate watching Airsoft stuff. But there is a few people that I watch, and Airsoft Can Man's definitely one of them. Yeah, he does some cool stuff. Okay. He puts the EOTech over the front of his video, so it looks like EOTech. It's nice, man. He does some really cool stuff. It's like very first-person shooter, but it's watchable.
What's that film that they did that in? Oh, come on, the Seal film, the famous one. Not 0 Dark 30, the other one.
Come on, guys, tell us what it is. You bruised my hand, Tim. Neil, it wasn't me. I've said it a million times. I was too busy throwing a frag up the stairs.
Lies.
Yeah, it probably was me. No, I'm joking. Neil, I apologise for your sore hand. You can always sit on it for 10 minutes and it'll go numb, and do it that way. Act of Valour, thank you very much for putting that in. Well done.
Cheers, guys. That's the one. Yeah, with the EOTech over the front. Yeah, you have to link me to that, Tim, or like I say, yeah, it's up. It'll be good to see some videos.
Yeah, he's good. Guys, I'm just going to catch up with the live streams. Just bear with me. You're going to have to mute this. Guys, live chat. We've got people tuning in. We're here eventually, so I'm really sorry about the delay, guys, on the YouTube standpoint. Any comments, questions, anything like that, then whack them in. We're running 2 streams at the moment, so yeah, all good. What's that say? Told you, Act of Valour. A lot of guys up to date on their films.
Yeah.
What's the new film about horses that come out today?
12 something.
12 Stallions.
12.
Definitely don't Google 12 Stallions.
Don't, please.
Probably going to be.
Yes, Adriana, thank you for noticing the hair. I'm sure your other half will notice my soft hands. Yeah, it's a private joke, it's nothing bad, trust me.
For the question that's just came in on YouTube, we're just not going to cover it. That's our opinion on it, we're not covering it. The Dodge Puppy, what's happening? Welcome. Got a really good turnout on YouTube as well, so that's good.
12 strong. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah, looks good.
Good.
Very much Battlefield 1 inspired with the horses and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Dude, it's got Thor in it, it's going to be epic.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Can't he just fuck everyone up with a hammer?
Yeah, I would.
Well, yeah, me too. So guys, not to be mean, but you're trash. Yes, I am, thank you very much. That kind of goes with the territory. See what I did there? Yes, you're clearly a comedic genius.
Task Force Spear, what's happening?
Oh, the entire Spear team is
here. Yeah, as a whole.
Tim and Richie, how long have you both been playing Airsoft, and how long have you been doing Milsim? Richie, you can go first.
I think. Let me think about this. It's got to be about 8 years.
Evening.
Maybe 9 years. Airsofting, Milsimming. It's got to be like 6, 7. So I think I literally did a year of like skirmishing, getting my kit together. I think my first Milsim was at Stony Bridge. So yeah, it was in at the deep end for me. How about you?
I've been playing for about 4 years now. My first events were in Dover with Shadow Ops with Dino, and pretty much learned my craft there. I started out with just like a sniper rifle, and I wasn't really interested in anything else, and I played a lot of computer games. I'd always used a sniper rifle, and that's kind of where it came from. I'd done like 2 events and then got asked to go to the Valley of all places.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so Dino was like, fancy the Valley. It was like November or something. I think I started in September. So I did my first Milsim like really early on, like way too early on, and then done about 18, 16 months with Sterling. So yeah, I had a very small intro. I only had done a couple of events, and I got stuck in. Guys that are joining the channel, Stuart Leader, Call Sign Poncho, and Nina PMC. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've got so many people on both channels at the moment. We're trying to balance this all out.
But yeah, big shout out to James Robson. Obviously, he's put on now 8 years at Copill. Yeah, definitely, brother. That was when we first met. I think my first, second Milsim was at Copill. We played Op 4. We met James Robson. Generally messed with his kit, just annoyed him, made his weekend hell. But yeah, made a good friend. Good lad, good Milsimmer. Really bad cook.
Who, Robson?
Yeah.
See, I thought out of the Chewy and Robson combo that he would be the cook.
He is the cook, but he's a very bad one.
Oh, right, okay, well, let's just not allow him to cook for us. Yeah, Robson, we will catch up soon. I did see the message from you, but we will catch up. Guys, over on YouTube, tons and tons of comments happening here. I'm struggling to keep up.
Yeah, Sean Johnson, what's happening? You good? Welcome. Yes, Mr. Robson, I do apologise.
Yeah, guys over on YouTube asking a lot of questions about the Milsims and kind of how to transition. I think sometimes people just throw themselves in at the deep end and don't really realise the difference between the two. I think that was more where I came from with this. I'd done skirmishes, but the skirmishes I'm doing, Dino's events, they were on the border, weren't they? I mean, yes, they had the lunch break and stuff, but other than that, the taskings were very well organised, and Dino's a member of Sterling, so down to that, I think he gave us all the guys that started there, including myself, some good foundations. So
and the scenarios were always really well planned to sort of roll through each objective. So it wasn't just like start stop. It was continue rolling. Yeah, it kind of had that Milsim feel to it. Yeah,
he plans his events out really well. I think because of that tasking, I think if I went to a skirmish back then, where you were fighting over a barrel or something, I think I would have been. Yeah, I think it would have been awful. Anyway, so just been asked by John Mully on YouTube, what's the best Milsim you've been to? I'll let you answer that for us.
The best Milsim? Ooh, for me, it's a tough one. Jake Lacey, what's happening?
Hey Jake, what's happening, dude?
Hi son, hi. Best Milsim, it's a tough one. I'd say
in the UK or?
No, I've got two. I'd say two joint first. I'm going to go with. One was in Sweden with Pandian Airsoft. Now, if I'm honest with you, the laws over there with airsoft weapons, I don't know what their laws are, but obviously we were all running Sistemas with gold cylinders, which I don't know what the FPS is on that. It's like 400, 450, and the guys we were playing against, the Swedish guys, their rounds were coming past us and they had such a whip on them, and our rounds were dropping short, so outranging us. Great game, really good props. They even had speakers, giant JBL speakers set up in the trees, so they could mimic an airstrike. I'm talking definitely an airstrike.
Nice.
Incredible. It was minus 18. I know Sean Johnson was there. He was with us. 4 million FPS, yes, absolutely, mate. And we felt those as well. So really good, but it was more about, because it was so cold, it was more about survival, Joint second, I would say, was a tier 1 covert ops. So it was all undercover surveillance, plain clothes. We had moving convoys in our comms. We're walking through Reading town centre. No weapons, just comms, surveillance about tailing people.
Nice.
What your distances are. Then obviously right towards the end of that op, we had a hostage rescue situation. I'm talking full black SAS kit, MP5s. When I say
that's cool.
When I say interrogation, I know a good friend of mine, Mike Amos. I think he's from the Alpha team.
Yeah. The Alpha, the green team.
That's it. Great guys. Mike Amos, brilliant guy. He actually got interrogated. When I say he got interrogated, he got dumped in a bath and stripped down, jerry can of water. It was severe. It was severe, but good event. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's been a few with me that have been really good that just have not been on the books to be good. Do you know what I mean? They've been surprising. One of mine was, I was actually speaking to the guy earlier, Mr. JA, I can't go into any more names than that, but me and him done a small Milsim operation at a place called Rapid Fire, and me and him was a covert sniper team. We both got fully gillied up, I had my sniper rifle, he had a long, and we went and pretty much just skulked around quite a small site for the weekend. And for me, it really took a lot of things into perspective of being so close to the enemy and just using bushcraft and stalking techniques and just both being on point on our comms visually and communicating over our comms. So just, you know, giving each other like hold signals. At a few points we had people walking in front of us, it was that close. So for me that gave me a real buzz, and that's why I respect James Bailey, Mr. Kicky Mustang, so much with how he goes into his bushcraft. For me, that was definitely one event, and I think the second was rolling with the Sterling boys at Catterick when I had my sniper rifle, and was very, very green, got put in the 3rd or 4th floor of the fire tower there, and I just remember getting I picked a player off, and I remember getting some comms from those boys about you know, appreciation for me taking down a target. I think that was it for me. Yeah. One shot. You know what I mean? Like that one kill from the weekend that just really hits the button.
Yeah, you're not spraying and praying. It's taking time.
It was pace. I was waiting for him to lean out, and I thought, is he going to go more? Is he going to go more? And he just was leaning out, and I just took the shot then, and it was seen by a few players. So I think that appreciation value for the sniper element for me made it good. But Sterling have always been up there with me. I mean, I enjoyed CAG for the short period that they were around. But with Otterburn and like them rural bumping, long tasking, Bergen things are always sort of my cup of tea. But Sterling have kind of set the limits with me. I think I always compare people to them. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is with Sterling, you know, they've been around for such a long time. You know, they're very well versed at what they do. You know, obviously every event is different. Every event is structured different. Scenarios are different, but the template is still the same. You know, you still get, you pay your money, you know the level of quality you're getting. So yeah, I agree with that. They are good. It's very difficult not to compare people to them, but they're just so good at what they do. You know, they put on very good events. Doesn't matter whether it's, so I've been to ones in Spain with them. You know, we've been up and down the country with them. Doesn't matter the site. You know, it's always a good. And if it's not working, they will adjust the op to suit. So you know, they will adjust the op to make it work.
Yeah, I think I've been in events a couple of times where Sterling have had to make a big switch on what they're doing. We were at the Valley in November. Me and Matt Allen. I'm not sure if Matt's in here tonight, but me and Matt were there. There were some other guys there that had been escorted out that weekend for hypothermia. So that was quite serious, and Matt was quite worried about a few of the players. Matt Belgrove, he's the head of Sterling, he was a little bit concerned about a couple of the players that turned up, and then in the afternoon, the kind of ground had froze over, and this guy slipped and fell on his hip. Now the comms was that he dislocated his hip, but he'd definitely fallen on it for sure, and he made that as part of the operation for NATO forces, I say that loosely, NATO forces to go and exfil this guy, get him down the hill safely, and we did that as sharpish as we could. So that's always one thing, the way that they can adapt events, but like you say, with Sterling they all seem to do that well. I've got a ton of questions here that I'm trying to monitor. Richie, I've got a question for you. What do you find more rewarding, going in and getting a load of kills or completing objectives?
It's a tough one. I think it really comes down to the type of event. So, you know, and we're just being honest, like cards on the table. If the event's a bit shit, unorganised, and it's not up to the standard that we're used to playing at, then, like, if I'm honest, you know, let's just get out there, let's just slay some people, you know what I mean, let's just like slot people, let's get some kills, get some good solid kills. I'm not talking like spraying people up, I'm just talking good centre mass, you know, the ones you feel good. But then again, you know, we've done events, and again, not saying Sterling again, but they put on good events. When you do a hard knock, you know, we went to one in Catterick. They had full like plasterboard doors, you know, explosive entry, We went in. You know, there wasn't that many guys holding the building, but yeah, we went in. But I think there was 3 call signs, all coordinated. Went in, got the guys completely ejected on the vehicles, exfilled. And I think we had one later on at night as well. It was like, you know, a nice slow, everyone on nods, slowly again, silent, just hand signals, very minimal radio. Yeah, went in, picked up an HVT, exfilled. So yeah, it's horses for courses. Sometimes if the event's not great, it's not structured well, it's good just to get your money's worth. But at the same time, if you've got a good event and the objective's worth getting, and you can take your time, like Tim said, you know, if you're on your belt buckle and you're fully geared up, you take your time, you get there, you take that one shot. Yeah, it's worthwhile.
Yeah, I think we've me and Richie have been at a few events where we've had some taskings that to sort of the normal eye, or if I'd have seen them on a bit of paper, I would have been pissed that I was doing them. We went out at Copill at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Me, Richie, and a few other guys, real close little team, 4-man unit. We went out, we literally patrolled around the outside of Copill, it was pissing it down, even with nods on, we could barely see. Yeah, we raided a few buildings, we found the weapons cache, which was this massive big weapons box. We dragged it outside, I GR20'd it, and then we exfilled. What we'd actually found out later on through the day, or the following day, is that that was one of their primary weapons caches for the weekend that had actually damaged their supply route. And also, the QRF that was meant to get us was hit by an IED. So everything was going against us to be able to complete that operation, because they'd been moving this box around, and just by a bit of chance, a little bit of luck, all of their energy had been focused on the vehicles leaving the fob, leaving the objective completely empty. We went in, blew it up, and run back without a hitch. We didn't see one person throughout the whole contact.
Not a single shot fired.
No. So, I mean, if someone had said that to me, it'd been like boring. But the fact we actually went and did it, and after achieving it and realising everything else that had happened, for me it was like, what a cool lot.
Getting out, no casualties, you know, not a shot fired. You know, yeah, it was good. I just saw in here, I think it was, call sign Trojan. I think, September. So you guys were also in building 31 when we hit that. I say you guys put up a hell of a fight. I think we actually got, like, all of us got wiped out, because I think some of you guys come around the back. But yeah, it was a good op. It was a good op.
Right, sorry guys, I'm just going to try and catch up with some of the comments and messages. So what we have to do, Rich, is just rattle through a few of these pretty quick. You go in indoor CQB, or do you dig in and wait? Oh, do you go in during winter to do CQB, or do you just wait out for spring? I'll answer that myself quickly. I always play in the fucking winter. I love it in the cold. I would rather play in cold temperatures than hot temperatures. So, down to you.
No, see, I'd say I'm the complete opposite. Obviously, I've done ops in Spain a few times with Sterling. Love, you know, fighting at Holy War in shorts, t-shirt, just a rig, you know, baseball cap. Love that. Love some warm weather airsoft. That being said, we have got fully kitted up, you know, done some CQB sites in the middle of summer. Immediately regretted it, but I've become dehydrated and not taken on H2O.
Mate, rookie error.
Mate,
it's the first thing that you see people fail on.
Yeah. That
comes to Milsim for the first time, isn't it?
That's the first thing.
Hydration is always the thing.
I remember I think it was maybe my second or third skirmish. Went out, batting away as you do on the skirmish field, like a proper skirmish site. And middle of the summer, didn't take on a lick of water, nothing. And then come like 5 o'clock, I've got this migraine from hell. And I'm sitting there thinking, why do I feel so rough? I don't get it, you know? So,
it's something I've always seen, like when people...
It's like Googling, am I dying? Yeah, do I have a tube?
I have a headache.
Yeah.
Mate, it's either gone, give it an hour. Right, there's some questions on Instagram, we will come to them, I'm just going to rattle through these. We've got a message from British SAS1, it says, hi here from Italy. I've been living in Italy for 10 years and my Milsim team are looking to do a large, well-run Milsim event in the UK. What would you suggest? Nothing other than Sterling.
Yeah.
Don't consider Airborne, Warzone, any of them. If you really want to come over here for a decent event, speak to Matt or Ben at Sterling. they will sort you out, especially if you're travelling in. They might allow you to, if you're coming in all that way, they might allow you accommodation early or the night before. They'll square you away so that you're comfortable, not turning up and going straight out on the ground. I know they've done it with some of the Dutchies, some of the other guys, some of the Spanish guys that have come up, they've allowed them to dig in the night before. So definitely Sterling Airsoft, you can check them out on Facebook. If you want to speak to someone direct, I recommend speaking to Matt.
Buck Dodgers, definitely like Camelback. Big fan. H2O, man, that's the way forward. Absolutely.
Someone was asking about your lid setup. Ago. Did you see that?
Airsoft Jack, certainly. You want to get into that now, or?
I'm just going to rattle through these. We would be in a 5 Italian team circa. Okay. Richie, have you played Airsoft in Spain and stuff outside of the UK? Where would you want to play? Richie's played in Spain, he's played in Sweden, I know that. Is there anywhere else that you want to go? Do you want to do border war?
That I want to go to? I've done Spain 3 or 4 times, I've done Sweden once. Where would I want to go? I think me and Tim were chatting, obviously after seeing Kicking Mustangs videos. I think France is definitely high on the list.
It's on the cards, isn't it?
It looks good. Saying that also, I don't know, I'm not huge fan. I don't watch many YouTube videos or videos of airsoft in general, mainly because Tim does them and they're terrible.
They're awful.
But no, obviously you see some in America and the way, a bit like Border Wars, when they put on the large scale Milsim in America, I think that would be hella good. Do you know what I mean? Like rolling out Humvees and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Helicopters, I mean we've done helicopter ops, but you know, in America everything's bigger, everything. France, America. But then at the same time, if guys have got any suggestions, there's some really cool places.
Totally.
Just fire them over because we're always looking for places to...
We're always looking for places to play. So even in the UK, if your site puts on a local event, they do a night event, which we're always up for, weekenders, anything like that. Look, I'm not just saying that I'll only go to Stirling and be a bit of a snob. I'm up for playing at other places. But if I'm going to dedicate a weekend out of my month to go and play somewhere, I kind of want it to be decent, and for me, Stirling it's just a go-to, isn't it? You're going to get a decent level of event. But saying that, I'm always up for trying new places. So look, guys, if you've got a local site and they're doing some cool stuff and you find their games entertaining, drop me a message. You can check out Richie on Instagram. Best place to go and hit him up. It's always active on there. DJ Richie C, who's linked on my profile. There'll be some pictures of him tagged in on my Instagram. Just go and check him out. You can drop him a message or myself. What's your thoughts on figure skating? I don't know. I personally like leotards, so
I used to have a best mate who was an ex-Olympic figure skater.
And are you a fan of it?
I don't mind.
Okay. I think anyone that can wear gemstones on a leotard for me is golden. Yeah.
Anyone who can pull off something that figure hugging and not look like a loaf of bread wrapped in chicken wire. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm good for it. So
big fan.
We're both a massive fan of figure skating. Berget in Sweden, 48-hour event, border war near Prague, circa 2,000 players. I've been twice, 36 hours, 2,000 players. God, that's the one where I saw that tag launcher and there was like 40 tag tubes and it just...
So, the bit that gets, I'm trying to work out, like, so you say this border wars, 2,000 people. Now, we all know that the engagement distances of airsoft is pretty abysmal compared to real steel. How does that work with, like, because we all know airsofters hate walking back to respawn, hate it. So, if you imagine 2,000 people, okay, in a square kilometre or whatever, or 2 kilometres, you're either going to be running over each other, or if you're that spaced out enough to create a good game, surely the respawns you'd have to walk miles, like, to get out of the fight. I'm just curious if you could let us know how that, if you know how that plays out, like what the respawn or rules are. I don't know. I'd be keen to know how it all, size-wise plays out.
Yeah, British Sash one. Let us know how that works. Again, it would be pretty crazy. 2,000 players. Plenty of targets at night. I would imagine actually being in that part of the world. Everyone's going to have night vision. Okay, moving on. Are we going to be at the England versus Scotland event? I personally will not be going to Catterick. It's too far. Look, I get asked it so much. You're going to go, no, it's too far for me. I've done that journey tired, wide awake, wired, Pro Plus. I've just driven it many a times in a variety of different vehicles. Every time I drive home, I say I'm never doing it again.
Yeah.
The event is great, the site's good.
It's just a drive.
Just the drive that's killer.
Yeah.
And normally I drive home Sunday night and then have to work Monday morning.
Yeah.
And I am howling.
Absolutely.
For anything short.
So just got a few things in here. So where are we?
We're caught up on YouTube.
Yeah, so Airsoft Jack 6, we'll get to my helmet setup in a bit. Weapon Hit Robson, yes mate, still running the TRI 152s. I've got 2 of those. I know there's a huge debate about TCA's better, people have had TRIs fall apart on them and fail. Maybe I was lucky, maybe I just got a good set of radios, but you know, touch wood. I had one small hiccup with my radio. Other than that, they've been fine. The only problems I've had with my comm setup is the cabling. There's all our guys cabling and bends, rubbing, just it doesn't work. You know, always get broken wires. So, what's that? Task Force M4. What's your go-to kit in a Milsim event?
That's a difficult one.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, I am looking at getting a different plate carrier to try and have a green kit, a light green kit, and like a direct action kit for CQB or buildings. But yeah, I do have a what should you call it, a template, you know, of what I normally run. So yeah, we'll get to that in a bit, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a bit of a kit rundown once we've gone through a lot of these questions and it's kind of calmed a bit.
Yeah.
We're going to be here for a while, guys, so you know the idea is to make this video in depth, go through some stuff, you know, and try and cover as much as we can. Daily, you know, I get questions about kit. The most important thing to realise is that you're all individuals, and I cannot give some generic format for how the kit's going to work. I get asked it a lot, you know, what's a good loadout? What can I run? Depends on what the event is, what the weather is, what your body type is, what type of role you want to run. You know, I've always tried to play a middle field with my kit as to if I need to get in a sanger and do some defence, that my gun has got some reach on it. At the same time, you know, I can put a suppressor on, just bring that noise down just a little bit, just enough to make the signature more hard to read if we're going to do some green ops, and I can't use the same weapons. At the same time, this weekend was just such a diverse field. You know, 1 minute we were in the woods, then we were popping out of the woods into urban, and then we were in sangers shooting at distance and having this kind of BB throwing contest. In that case, your kit is to be quite well rounded, whereas someone asked me earlier, you know, what do I prefer, a plate carrier or a chest rig? Depends on the environment, depends on what I'm doing. If I'm type CQB, then a plate carrier is the way forward for me. If I'm rural, I've got a massive backpack on, carrying a sniper rifle or a long chest rig all day.
Yeah.
Comfort's king, especially when you're doing 30 hours, 24 hours, whatever. And if the weather's bad on top of that time scale, you need to really make sure that comfort is a big focus. Functionality is important, but if you're not comfortable, it's game over.
Yeah, I'd agree with what Tim said on the comfort thing. Again, we'll get to the rig and the sort of comm setup in a bit. But yeah, you know, I had to move. Obviously, normally being RO, I run 2 radios, one for zero net, one for squad net. I had to move my radios just simply because after say maybe 8 hours on the ground. So I used to run on the inside of the cummerbund. They would just dig into your hips. Every time you take a knee, the radio would dig in, and I would come home on a Sunday afternoon. I'd have like bruises like all in my ribs from the radio. So yeah, not so good. J Rowe, what's up? What's happening, brother?
I actually thought that guy had died.
I did. Yeah.
I thought he had died. Guy Butler, just want to give you a quick shout. You're more than welcome to visit. So
is he on the YouTube?
Guy's on the YouTube. He said, have I missed any pussy? No, you haven't. We're going to be showing some Gucci kit, but he is.
Guy, just quickly, obviously, you messaged me earlier on saying if there isn't cats involved in this, So Guy Butler, this is just for you. So I don't know if you can see this or not. Yeah, that is the t-shirt. I'm not getting a need for this. This is really awkward.
There you go.
So yeah, man, that's like.
It's as much of a crossover between me and Richie, that t-shirt, as you can possibly get. So yeah, Guy, we miss you. Guy just wrote, I fucking love it. That's so
I mean,
Guy.
Satan cuddling a cat. What more do you want?
Guy, I kind of wish that there's enough room. I know that you'd be drinking rum, so we do kind of wish that you was.
Yeah, it's just a little gap between us.
We would squeeze you in because we love you. Right, ton of questions. Right, Richie, we're gonna ping through them.
Yeah.
TM soft mods, what do you think?
Oh no, sorry, Carl Cruz, the man, the legend. Welcome. TM soft mods.
What do you think?
Been
around forever.
Forever.
Go-to gun. I know a lot of people that beat the shit out of them and never serviced them.
I can't really comment.
Still running Lycans on them and stuff.
Yeah, I've never had one, but I know, just like Tim said, I know guys that have had them just beat them into the ground, like worse than I do, and they just keep going. So yeah, I can't really make a judgment call, but from what I have heard, yeah, good. Right,
some really good questions coming out of YouTube as well. So it's not a competition in Instagram. It's not a competition. What's your experience with CO2 pistols rifles? Do they need more maintenance than a standard gas blowback? Okay, so my limited experience with CO2 is I had a Mancraft kit for my sniper rifle, which give incredible power, incredible consistency, and would throw a BB further than any other platform I've ever seen, especially accurately. My only concern with it is as the bulb was beginning to diminish, you definitely saw a difference in the shots. There's just
like inconsistencies.
Yeah, it just would go. First couple of shots, incredibly powerful. Second load of shots would be perfect. They would be on point, consistent, accurate, and then as it begins to taper off, they would. And then you'd be like, shit, I need to quickly change this.
Yeah.
So.
Do they not have like a regulator system to regulate the FPS?
Not in the Mancraft kit. I know you can probably get them off a HPA kit so that it's regulated, but with it's just a cylinder. You put the bulb in, it pops the top, and it's.
I run what did I run? I think I bought some CO2 mags for a Glock 17 a few years back. And again, limited knowledge on the CO2 side of things. What I did find was. It just made all the seals, because it's such a high pressure and it's so hot, it chills it so much, it really degraded all the seals and O-rings, so it made the mags very, very dry. I found with regular gas, I lube my mags every 3-4 games, or when I remember, but this one I was having to lube it every single game, but then that versus the power and the consistency in the cold.
It's gas.
Yeah.
Gas just seems to be a whole different kettle of fish. Mark from Task Force Spear was running his GHK at the weekend, and I actually wanted to have a go on it, but I didn't get a chance because I did not have a spare 5 minutes. Right. Andreas, anyone run a TCA 152? I have it, but haven't used it yet. Okay, also, just a quick note for the people that want to know about the Birgit game in Sweden, it has a 650 FPS limit. And 450 for full auto. 650 total, but if you want to run your AG, you are legally allowed to run it at 450, and if you have a gun locked to semi, it's 530.
Jesus.
Whoever builds their guns, I want one.
How do they?
Every gun I've ever known of over 450, 500, other than the system.
My gun can't withstand anything over 330 currently. How can they withstand 450? How?
It must be made by someone who just fills with a unicorn.
It's made of fucking unicorn hooves. That's the best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, if any of you are Swedish and you have a 450, 600 FPS gun, can you please let us know how it's made so that we can have one?
I'm sure Alfie or James Robson, you've got a couple kicking about. I know you guys like to
Alfie's got it under his every colour of cry.
like that.
Okay, someone asking about 7.62 mags by Warrior. Pass, not exactly sure. If they are bringing them out, or if you do want to actually chase up any information on them, the best thing you can do is speak to UK Tactical. Just give UK Tactical a call. Everyone seems to be a bit worried about doing it, but they are very, very friendly.
Yeah.
And if you ask them, they will help you out. 650 for a bolt action sniper, that's still
It's ridiculous.
Adventurous Hands has said, I wish we could have them in the UK. Yes. The last time I chronoed saying that, a pellet rifle, it was 750.
So, I mean, come on. I pretty much nearly killed my nephew with an air rifle. It's the same thing. He did, he's fucking bleeding out from the neck. It's grim. But yeah, so that's like...
It's not far.
Yeah.
It's only a hoof off, isn't it? It's a hard flick away from a pellet gun. Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah.
I got shot in the head at the weekend by a sniper, whoever you were, fair play to you, at the Legion event this weekend, and it hurt.
That sniper was good.
To the point of, I took my lid off and was like, oh, I'm sweating out, put my head over with my gun, crack. And then I remember putting my head down behind the Sanger, and just at that point of, don't cry.
No tears,
just don't cry now. Mark come over from Task Force Spear, thank God, and was like, you alright? And I went, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, it really hurt. Minimum engagement distance is 75 metres. I guarantee that is not.
No.
That's never going to happen, because trying to shoot 75 metres through woodland is impossible.
It might do, it might just go straight through the tree.
That's true, it might just take the trees down. It's like Thor's hammer.
Oh yeah, Stu Leader. So Stu was the same. He got hit with that sniper at the last event, and yeah, he said he's still got the bruises. He was hell accurate.
Whoever it was, he was
Very
actually
accurate.
on point. I did message James Bailey and say, did you go? Because he had a ticket to go but couldn't make it. That's the sort of thing I'd expect from him.
Oh yeah, Alf took one in the face as well, and an Airsoft pellet as well. Yeah.
Oh
way! Yeah.
Someone's saying, knock him down. Airsoft is saying it's not that bad.
Okay.
My bolt action airsoft is completely upgraded, shoots 600, 625 FPS, and that's normal here in the States. I've actually heard your limits are much tighter than that. I had mine once at over 600, and I shot a beer bottle with it, and it put it into about 1 million pieces. So if you're saying that doesn't hurt, fair play. It was about 30 foot, but it would go under your skin. Anthony Horwood was my lift for the day. Tom Horwood, if you're here, hello dude. Yeah, his older brother come and picked me. This was when I first started Airsoft. Picked me up in the morning, took me for breakfast, took me to Dino's. There's like, come on, I'll look after you. We were on opposite teams, shot him in the face, went over to say sorry, and the BB was still in his skin above his lip.
Oh my god.
His brother Tom popped it out, and then I had to sit in the car with him on the way home. Yeah.
Awkward.
Orcs.
Yeah. Totes orcs.
Totes orcs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's terrible. I apologise for that. Tom, tell Anthony I said sorry.
Jesus.
Probably doesn't forgive me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was what? 550. So, yeah, 625 or whatever. No thanks.
Yeah. That's a lot.
What's FPS of 1 joule? Does anyone know? Anyone on Instagram, what is 1 joule in FPS? Sorry Alfie, we love you mate.
Love you son.
Yeah, it is set to 1 joule. Have you used the TN Mark 23? No, but I know loads of people that use Mark 23s. They're bulky, they're huge, they look like the gun from Robocop.
I've been shot with one of them many a time.
Mark 23?
Yeah.
With the silencer on or what?
They're like 400 FPS, like, because it's non-blowback, so all the gas goes forward. And I got shot in the knuckle by one lad from Grey Fox on a night op. Mate, I was wincing like a little girl for about 3 days. Yeah, but yeah.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah, quite as well.
You can modify the TM Mark 23 to death. There is no other gun you can modify as much. If you want to check out a tutorial on modifying the Mark 23 with Prometheus and all this other Gucci stuff, Head over and see Kicking Mustang. He has got a full upgrade video on one of them. So quiet, I love mine. Extending the barrel to 220mm with a TDC from Hydrogen Design and an Autobot hop-up bucking. Yeah, same sort of setup as Mustangs. I've seen him shoot people at AEG distance.
So lads are saying 1 joule is about, what's that, 290?
Oh shit, for a sniper rifle too.
Well, see, someone's saying 328, 290 to 328. So if you said 300 FPS for 1 joule. Sounds like, I heard it was like 310, 311. Task Force M4, yeah, 328, cool. Okay,
yeah,
cheers.
So just over 300.
Yeah.
So if it's 1 joule across the board, imagine a sniper rifle with 1 joule. I guarantee though, there is some nerd out there who's hopped a sniper rifle to 1 joule and it fires up 300 feet.
Yeah.
But an AG. Then again, saying that, my TM is under 300 and it shoots really well. So watch Kicking Mustang. Right, guys, we're going to head into some kit, I think. I think Richie's going to show us some kit. So if you guys have stuck around this long, come to get excited. We're going to go in depth in some kit.
Yes, I think it was Jack Airsoft was asking about what's it? That's why it's him. I said because they can't have the power. Yeah, definitely. I think Jack Airsoft was asking about the lid, so we'll go with the lid first. Yeah, we'll go with that. Obviously, I had some major kit malfunctions this weekend just gone. So said lid would normally have obviously like arc rails and the peltors on top, but I had to bin them because they just stopped working. So a lot of people have asked me before what lid this is. And if I'm absolutely honest with you, I have no idea.
Is it a Maritime?
Not a clue.
I know, it looks very similar to mine.
Not a clue. I can tell you this. It is a copy. It's not a real steel. I'm sure it's something like an FMA, but it was one of their I've had it years. One of their very early ones. But yeah, obviously I've switched it up. Put the real obstacle shroud on the front. Then we have the Andis mount with the cabling around the back, and this battery pack. This here, I freaking love this pouch, it's amazing. It was a collaboration between HSGI and RE Factor Tactical. So yeah, so let's just fix this real quick. So we'll take the name tape off, so that if you guys can see that. So you've got, so the Velcro at the back there. So this here actually comes round, and that actually Velcros onto your side rail. So that there.
So rather than it just being stuck to the back of your lid and losing it, you've got the capability of having it secured in 2 places. Yeah. So I'm sure guys obviously had it before, where the battery pack would start to peel off from the top. Obviously with these straps, that stops all of that. In addition, I've taken because it comes with counterweights, I've taken them out just because the battery pack is good enough. But yeah, you have extra pouches in here that you can stick batteries into, CR123As, AAs, AAAs, they normally fit quite nicely. Although I do have a mount of strobe, I sometimes tend to fit an IR side-loom in there as well, just if you want something a bit more low vis, not so bright as the strobe. Nice. But yeah, love that pouch. I mean, it's expensive, it's like 60, 70 quid, but yeah, lovely bit of kit. Yeah, IR strobe, I think it's IR and blue, I think. Why blue, I don't know. I just needed an IR. This side here, this is the 300 replica. Just for something a bit brighter if you're doing SSE, or you don't need to be low vis, so really nice and bright. That should be a Night Evolution 3 LED head torch with green, red, white and IR. Oh nice. Yeah. But I was at a Dartwater game a few weeks back,
Literally had it a day. Went through some brush, yeah, came off. So I'm awaiting a new one. Yeah. So yeah, any other questions, guys, about this? Weapon Robson, yes, MPLS, that's the one. It's like the 3-4 LED head. So yeah, if guys know anywhere I can get another one, that'd be great.
Someone else asking about helmet covers, any recommendations? So guys, on Instagram, if you recommend any helmet covers, I actually don't run one.
Yeah.
But if you do know of one, there is someone asking about them. Someone said that First Spear helmet covers are pretty good. Again, I see people that run them, but for me it just looks like clutter and more stuff that's going to get caught. Like I try and keep my really slick, minimal stuff on there.
Yeah.
Like I say, going through brush, going through, doorways or anything. I just want to try and keep that as clear as possible.
I mean, I love the look of the helmet covers, but I find if a lot of the replica ones, the copy ones, the sizings are so off. I think someone posted the other day in one of the Facebook groups that he's bought like 3 helmet covers, and you can see each one. It creeps up each size, like
Which does not fit.
It just doesn't fit. But at the same time, in my personal opinion, they look good. I think they look good, but it doesn't serve a purpose.
Yeah.
It has no purpose.
Could use it for tie downs and that, but
yeah, but then
I'm still a fan of Velcro.
But then you can get the it's not First Spear. Who makes them? They're called snakeskins. They're called snakeskins, and basically it does the same job as this Velcro. So they run on your helmet cover to cover the cables. So if you've got the cable in it, it keeps all that covered. Yeah, it keeps it all slick and yes. Low speed, high drag. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Adriano's saying Sword Gear Spectre. I've not seen that.
Right, so guys, if you didn't hear that, that was from Adriano over at RDX Tactical. He said the Sword Gear Spectre is definitely one to have a look at. Someone else asking about claw gear. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of claw gear. I run a hell of a lot of their stuff. Have done now for a few years. Tried to acquire claw gear over here in the States and can't. Knocking down Airsoft, especially you can do is speak to Chase Tactical. Go and check out their website, it's absolutely awesome. Speak to Brent, the guy that owns it, and I'm sure he will be able to sort something out with UK Tactical and work it out. Right, cool.
Yeah, Alfie's not a fan. Alfie's not a fan until he'll be a Cry or Die fan.
He's it, that's it. Cry blood.
Alfie's the only guy who has Cry in every single flavour.
The only guy.
Yeah, every single flavour, including salty.
That 90 pairs of trainers.
Yeah.
We love you, Alfie.
Yeah, love you, son.
Okay. Right, next, Richie.
Yeah, sorry mate, just quickly, Buck Todges. Still running the Project A Skate League. Love that. I know a lot of guys are going back to the
Skate leagues?
Yeah.
That's what Alfie runs.
Yeah, mate. I told you, Alfie's on point with that. But yeah, I know there's a lot of guys rerunning the skate helmets.
They're on pump leagues.
Yeah, super comfy, hella comfy. Bit bulky, but yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Alfie's got the same size head as me. Like an I think Alfie's has actually got a smaller head.
No, he hasn't. Alfie's got a head like a Swede.
Honestly, I tried the lid on it. He's honestly got a tiny. He's got a head like a thumb.
Yeah, he's saying like super light, comfy. Yeah, awesome.
Claw gear pants are nuts. Tops as well. Couldn't buy it again.
Okay.
Yeah, again, if you want to go and get something middle of the road, they are really good. If you are a collector of Cry, then it's a different matter. But my thought is, if you're going to spend 300 quid to 50 or whatever it is on a pair of trousers, they need to be really good. And I've just seen a shit ton of pairs ripped.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. 90 quid pair of claws. That's my way forward. But here's what it is. The better with an FMA is if you damage it, it's only 50 quid to replace, while a real steel ops core is 1500. And they weigh a fucking ton.
Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just the same thing that Tim was just saying, and I couldn't agree. I mean, I've had like Emerson and who's the other one? Semi-pro trousers. I've also I bought like a full set of Cry, like I'm talking Gen 2 trousers, Eubanks, field shirt. Yes, the Cry's a better quality.
You're going to really upset Alfie.
Mate, I'm just telling you how it is. I know. But I wore my Cries to death that they've had it now. But I tore my Cries in my back garden. like I had them on messing about doing something, and I went to move some wood and I tore them. Like not even at an airsoft game. Fuming. I was literally. I could have blended. I could put a pup in a blender. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I've done the Valley a lot. As you guys, anyone watching my channel a lot, I bang on about the Valley all the time. I've done it a ton of times, and I've just seen a shit ton of pairs ripped there. You cross lots of barbed wire fences, you spend a lot of time going from your belt buckle to your knee, to your belt buckle to your knee, and they just tend to rip, especially around the crutch, in that stretchy material. For me, they're desert trousers, but I don't know. Yeah. People have different sayings. The thing about the claw gear is they're made in Switzerland for cold weathers, cold climates for the Swiss Army. So they're meant for a colder climate, they're thick, they're really heavily stitched. I just think they're, for what it is. Yeah. Right, someone said new pro lids fit big Swedes. Yeah, they'll probably get an award for that from Airsoft International. But
yeah, I think it was...
unless you're going to go on real ops, there's no need to buy Cry. I think even on real ops, probably don't need them. We'll speak to Alfie.
So Z-Shot are doing the Cry license repro.
I saw that.
Not heard of them.
Yeah, they look like semi-pro. They're like stitched at the top. They're like got the material. It's just at the top of your plate carrier like that, stitched together. Okay. I don't know, I wasn't a fan. We'll find a picture of it, I'll show it to Richie. Yeah, I saw someone put it up on Facebook, and the only thing about it is like across the top corner it's got Cry Precision, little ribbon of material, but they look horrific. Saying that, I don't know if Matt's about, Matt showed me some pictures of his plate bags, Cry Precision plate bags.
Yeah, he was impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like they were stitched by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, take note, fam. Take note, Alfie.
Just saying, Alf. Just saying.
Yeah. Just saying, mate. The stitching's a bit off. Yeah. Right.
Sorry, guys. Just going through the questions. What about LBX? Do you know what? I looked at an LBX plate carrier, and other than it being huge, like I could have put it over my fridge. The material, the quality of it was really good.
Yeah. I know.
They're a 6094A.
Yeah. I know Weapon Hit Robson, he ran I think you had an LBX 6094. Yeah, how did you find that one? Because I seem to remember you ran that for a long time, I believe. So yeah, if you let us know, we'll pass on the comments. And
Alfie's just going to hit his wardrobe of Cry, which is like a walk-in wardrobe of Cry. Lucky we haven't got the Tarsal 67 lads in here, because they would be sending me hate mail.
Yeah, okay. Talk to Sam K about stitching, mate, get that squared away, yeah? Arctis range, that's good. Yeah, LBX are decent, given the price, to be fair. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, LBX is like the Airsoft brand of LBT. They're similar, they're just stitched by someone probably a bit quicker. LBX is good for value, I've just said that on Instagram. On Real Ops, I've used issued kit. When you damage it, you simply swap it for new.
Nice.
Richard, you could probably make a mint just raiding your stores and selling it on eBay to airsofters. Well done, Alfie. Low cost Invader gear is made by the same company as Claw gear, but not as high end. So Invader gear for people if you want to check out something a little bit more budget, it might be something to check out. What padding do you use inside your lids? After several hours I get mad head pain. What pad sets do you use? Does your Warrior haircut protect your nut, Rich? That's from Task Force Spear. Richie's got padding. I haven't. I will actually go and quick grab my lid. Yeah. Richie's gonna look after you with.
Yeah, Task Force Spear. I was blessed. I was blessed to have a full head, mate. So yeah, it was albeit the wrong colour. I do have a full head of hair. No, in all fairness, again, I bought this lid many years ago when I was still just skirmishing, like just starting getting Milsims. And this has like the this is just the pad set that came with it. So these are like polystyrene with like a very thin foam liner. I mean, for me personally, it does the job. But I think, to be honest with you, I think I know the Task Force Steer guys, you run nods as well. I think it's just inevitable. By the time you have, you know, even a repro lid is quite weighty. You know, battery pack, strobe, torch, nods, like comms, it all adds up, guys. And I think you just, you know.
I've got this decked out pretty much as much as you can get padding in there. I've always been someone that's hated lids. So as you can see, hopefully Richie's camera will focus, it's absolutely lined out like a inside of a tortoise shell, as much padding as possible. I hate it.
So is that soft?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, tin pots are much softer than mine.
I bought a...
what's the 23 remaining, what's that?
Don't know, we'll probably hit our limit for live,
okay.
But we can stop it as we go. Okay. Guys, if we cut out on Instagram, we've just been hit with a limit. We've got about 10 seconds, we will join back in straight away. If not, just head over to YouTube /RandomTrashy and we can jump back in. Just put share and then we'll try and go live again. Sorry about this, guys, on YouTube. We are just trying to set the feed back up again on Instagram. Start live. Sweet. Yeah, so what I did is I bought the padding kit online and completely lined it out. Now this has like positives and negatives. The positive is it's hella comfy. The negative is your head gets so hot. There's no air ventilation, there's no room for the air to move around inside the lid, so you just get super hot. We were talking about this earlier about, you know, the absolute low drag style lid. I use a very basic Surefire rep light on the side of here. It's got red light on it, it's got white light on it, and it's got a little IR strobe. Other than that, I try and keep it completely clear, and that's to lower the weight. I've got a really cheap Repro counterweight on the back. I think it was like £3 or something, super cheap. I just got a couple of bits of lead in here and a spare battery, and it's really to kind of minimise the amount of weight that's on my head. I do try and do the odd event wearing it the whole time.
Yeah.
We went to Ripe Village a little while back. Alfie was there as well, myself and Richie, and we wore lids the whole day.
Yeah.
And so I do like to do it every now and then, but yeah, all these guys that have fucking loads of stuff all over their lid, you know, these helmet covers and a manta and a strobe and a E-light and a torch and then other just crap.
Yeah.
I just, as light as possible for me, it just drives that comfort up, especially if you've got it on for a few hours, it's not so bad, but if you're wearing it for a long period of time, then it's a nightmare.
Bush hat gang, your boy.
He knows.
Yeah,
he knows.
Yeah, big shout out to everyone just joined back in. I think we just hit our limit on the Instagram live there. So we should be good for a little while now. So
yeah, we should be good. So much helmet touching. Guy, if you was here, there would be more. Just put it like that.
I think it's going about the Pulsar Challenger.
Your advice on the Pulsar Challenger was on point. Definitely decent bit of kit. So thanks, man. No worries, dude. For me, that, you know, it's hard because there is no easy way to address night vision. Ask Richie about getting a guy to strip.
Yeah.
Do we need to go into that? Is that a thing for the end, or do you want to go into it now?
I'll tell you what, we yeah, Alfie will know about this story. I'll tell you what, who was that? Was that Call Sign Trojan? No, Neil Edgy. I don't know if you're the guy or not. If you are, dude, props for like putting the effort in. So yeah, but we'll get to that story at the end, I think.
Right, so we've got a story coming at the end of the stream that is about Richie getting someone to strip. We'll go in detail on it, but yeah, someone was saying about the Pulsar. For me, no lower than that. Don't spend any less than that on night vision. If you want the next step, be very clear. Don't look at anything else. Get spark core. If you can spend more than the Spark Core, get a Cobra Demon. If you go above a Cobra Demon, remortgage your house and go to Acting Black.
Yeah, yeah. Big up Chewy. What's happening, dude? You good?
Chewy is, so how come your wife, Robson, doesn't cook very well? Just saying.
We just want to know, obviously, Robson's the bad cook. Chewy, what part do you play in a relationship, mate? I'm just curious as to, you know, do you pull your weight?
Not seeing them together at the weekend was offensive.
It was like mum and dad had a divorce. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was very, very odd not seeing them together. So, Chewy, you just start the essay and we'll just send it to Stephen King. All good. Right. Goodbye, new FMA high cut with the paddings. I don't know what a high cut is.
Yeah, apparently I was chatting to Matt Allen. Hella clued up guy on his kit. He loves his kit, knows his kit. Spent insane amounts of money on kit. He was explaining to me that apparently,
Is that a high cut? Is it?
Yeah, apparently, like, and this is news to me. Someone may be able to tell me the difference. But obviously, I bought this. I don't know what lid it is. Whether it's a maritime, but apparently there's this, and then there's apparently like a high cut where this sits higher to allow your comms to rather than sit, say, here, like they sit square. So someone may be able to shed a bit of light on that for us.
Is yours the same shape as this? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Yeah.
No. Is yours higher?
We're comparing helmets.
I think mine's definitely got more bits on my helmet than Tim's.
Yeah, mine's slightly sleeker, but that goes with my haircut.
True. Aerodynamic. Let's win.
I've got an aerodynamic helmet. Okay. Better view on here than on Instagram. Okay, thank you very much for transferring over, guys. On Instagram, you may as well come over to YouTube. Apparently, it's a much better picture. Night vision. One simple answer if you want no problems. Spend shit ton of money. Yeah, exactly. Spend $5 grand. That's it. BHR R01. I presume that's.
Is that
Chewy?
No, I think that's
Might be Robson.
Robson.
One of you. Well, one's in the kitchen, one's in the front room. The nice thing is that you're both attending. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Task Force Spear. Got to bounce, fellas. Catch up soon. Yes, dude. I will stay linked in with our previous conversation. Hopefully things go well over this weekend. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? I want to get a lid. I've got quite a long beard. It doesn't seem to look right. I don't know. It looks good on this dude. Look, this guy's got a long beard and a lid on. I think it looks cool as hell. Okay. Instagram died. Got a bounce. Just coming over from Insta. Much better picture. Thanks, Jack. We've got a lot of guys coming over from Instagram onto YouTube.
So
you get much better.
Task Force informers are saying off topic. Trashy. How did you find Airsoft Plantation?
What's Airsoft Plantation?
Why in Essex?
Oh, horrific. Yeah. Okay, right, it's just be dead level. It was posted as a Milsim. I was expecting a Milsim. We turned up, everyone was dressed as if it was a Milsim, like there was some cool looking cats there. When we started the first 45-minute game, I thought it might be a warm-up, just let everyone blow off some steam. We completed the objective in like 20 minutes and went back to the spawn, or like the tasking area. We done like a second objective, and then we were told that there was going to be a break between 12 and 2, then gameplay between 2 and 4, and then stop between 4 and 6, and then the next time we were going to play was at 11 o'clock for night ops. So essentially, if you stopped at 12 lunchtime, you were going to have to wait till 11, and in that period you were going to play for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So out of 11 hours you were going to play 4, which for me was just like a bit of a no-go. It was the night of the Conor McGregor fight, and I had
it was, yeah.
I had tickets up at the casino, my local casino, to go and watch it up there. So yeah, I wasn't massively impressed. There were some really nice people there, really friendly guys.
Yeah.
The staff were actually okay. I got told off for overkilling someone on one single at like 50 metres, which is a bit odd, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
the site's cool.
It's a cool site.
And there's some nice people there.
I mean, I've been to Plantation for 4 or 5 years, and when I went recently, they've got some really cool structures there now. They've done some load of work to improve the site. I used to go quite a bit a few years back, so yeah, I kind of had a prerequisite of what I was getting into.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't find it too bad. Yeah, I didn't find it too bad.
Yeah, I think I turned up with this like Milsim.
Yeah.
And then turned up, and everyone looked really cool. Like everyone looked up for it. There's some Gucci looking dudes there. There's some good kit. So I was kind of expecting a bit of a higher level, and we just kind of attacked some little building in the middle of a maze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I went understanding that was what it was going to be, it'd be okay, because it was labelled up as a weekend Milsim. I was like expecting to go out on the ground with a pack, take my nods and lids, be out for the evening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially seeing the scale of the site. So yeah, a little bit disappointed, but it is what it is. I've got some questions over on YouTube saying, what do you guys think about HPA setups? Me personally, I'm not a fan. I think they suck. I think there's so much in the rate of fire that you can do with a HPA that just makes it ridiculous. People tend to spam the triggers on them. I've never seen anyone use sort of controlled fire with a HPA rig. So personally, and I think the whole lead tank thing is a bit of a put off. So personally, I think they suck. Richie, sure. Take.
I actually got to. I was down at the valley at one event, and me and this guy basically swapped kit. I gave him my night vision. He gave me his HPA gun. Not exactly a fair trade, if I'm honest with you. but I tried it out. I thought the response, the power, and just how quiet it was. I was impressed. I thought if you had this in a sniper setup, brilliant, amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the technology is brilliant. But yeah, as Tim said, the leads and everything, if they can,
put those,
compress that
stock
into,
but it looks gash,
Yeah.
Big wide metal.
I think give it a year or so for them to improve the technology, to really like minimise the kit that you require to run that. And I think I'd run that as a platform for a sniper.
I think if it,
just a sniper though, for me personally.
I guess my Mancraft kit class is a HPA and it was all in the stock, so it wasn't bad. But for an AG or something, I saw someone running a P90 HPA. Yeah, we were down at the sandpit. You was there, and I walked up on top of a sand, I guess like a mound of gravel or whatever, and there was this guy stood up there with a rack of P90 magazines, which are gash looking anyway, and he was just literally clipping them in, put it down. I was like, what the fuck is the point in that?
Just die.
Yeah, it was horrific. I wanted to cry. So yeah, I don't know, not much love from HPAs.
Not a lot of love for P90s.
Oh mate, horrible done. What's your favourite rifle? Mine would have, it's in front of me, it's up on the shelf in front of me. It would probably be my Scar L from TM. I fucking love it, it's beautiful. Hello Pomplexes. Oh, Alfie, hello sir.
Pumplex. Yeah.
Let's pop in, exactly what I'm thinking about. I want to convert a VSS Vintorez into HPA. I have no idea what that is. P90. Guy Butler's just put those question marks. Don't Google them, Guy.
No,
just
don't
Google them.
Don't.
HPA setup I've liked was a 249. What was down at Rapid Fire? That 249.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a Tipperman. Was it Tipperman? Tipperman 249.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, works in maybe a support weapon, not so sure.
Yes, Task Force M4, P90 and AUG. Absolutely, the two single worst airsoft guns that I've ever had the unfortunate, to lay my eyes on.
Seeing someone with an AUG just makes me feel like they're upset in life. I just feel like there's something that's made this
something's missing.
That. Yeah.
Something's missing in their life, but they can't quite find it. They're looking for it.
So they just went to Wolf Armories and paid £5 grand for an AUG. Oh well. Sorry about that. Noise is
Right.
going to be horrible on mic.
Right, Stuart, in-ear or over-ear comms? Yes, Stuart.
It's a good question.
Yeah, Stuart Leader, we were having this conversation at the weekend. Obviously, I've run in-ear comms, same as what Tim does with the rake house setup for a number of years. Loved it. Where I wanted the dual comm setup, I had to switch to over-ear, like contacts. I like them because of the ear protection. You know, if you're doing CQB and there's bangs going off, door breaches, it's good. But at the same time, you have a lot of problems with everything from hearing ambient noise when it's night time, when you're doing green ops, and you need to hear, you know, footsteps on leaves, or even down to the basics of getting the cheek weld with the stock up against your contacts. Sometimes you can't quite get it. So in answer to your question, Stu, I love the.
Can you join my side of the fence?
Join the side, mate. I was there.
He was there before you. Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I'm leaning back towards Tim with the in-ear setup. I think I just need to find the right one.
I'm the same. I think the issue with the over-ears for me is that I started using comms like these with using a sniper rifle. So the worst thing for me was a cheek weld.
Yeah,
it was always a big issue.
Yeah.
And then we had an incident at. So just for an update on that, we had an incident at Stirling. Someone threw a Mark 9 over a wall.
Yes.
I was standing against the wall. I had an earpiece in this ear. My comms earpiece was in my left ear, and my right ear. Sorry, the other way around. Anyway, one of my ears took the fucking full brunt of the blast. It's never been the same since. So I got my RandomTrashy set up, which is in-ear bone conducting comms. It also will eliminate any excessive noise. I used them all weekend at Legion. Was using GR20s, was using 9mm in buildings and stuff, and they were absolutely perfect. So yeah, worked out good. I'm a massive in-ear fan. I don't think I could go to over-ears.
Callsign Trojan, best in-ear setup.
Silence, or if you've got loads of money, get a Silence box. You can go to Silence online. You're probably looking at about £1,000, roughly. I priced one up a few nights ago to have a Baofeng Kenwood connector, and then to also have a 3.5mm jack, so I can have one ear with comms, one ear with some Milsim, and and it was about 1,100 quid for the Silence dual box. Yeah. Or you can pick up Ray cows really cheap, but you have to do the conversion yourself. So that's down to you. Was that Cat? Cat and Delta, welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, please say hello and sling them in below. So yeah, you can get Ray cows now for about 15 quid a set.
It's ridiculous.
About 20 quid a set. They're going so cheap.
I think I bought mine, 6-7 years ago. I paid £150 for my set.
Yeah, I got mine for 40, I think.
Yeah, shut up.
They're super cheap at the moment. If you do just want to pick up a set, I will be doing a guide on how to convert them.
Yeah, love that.
Sometime in the future, you can pick up the 1,100 Ray cows on eBay for about 15 quid. Just go and buy yourself a set. I'll do a conversion video. I've got the 1,300, which is the dual comms. The only difference is on the pins internally, they're actually wired up to the headset, whereas on the 1,100, you'll only get comms in one ear. On the 1,300, you can get comms in both ears. The way of doing that, you get like 5 pins that are shaped kind of like this, and you just put your comms on like the first and second pin, and I think it's the third pin round is ground, and that's it. It's a very, very simple job. So yeah, in-ears. I like in-ear comms. Yeah. These look way cooler than in-ears. People always think that I've just got headphones in, unless they know, what Ray cows are.
These are good for cool factor. Yeah, cool factor.
Operator factor, they look awesome. Loving ear malls at the moment. Great bit of kit, good price. I don't even know what they are. TM need to release an SRE weapon. Worst AG ever is a FAMAS.
Oh shit! Yeah,
whoever
absolutely.
That was, cool.
Good shout.
My in-ear setup, Alfie, would recommend it to anyone. Oh yeah, Alfie's got ray cows as well.
Good boy.
How are you finding the range on the 416? It's okay for CQB, but in Woodland, would it be your pick? I'm thinking of upgrading mine, full custom upgrade, but I could almost afford a new gun. Yeah, the Matt the Musketeer upgrade is £900 through Kingdom of Airsoft. So you give them your TM and then they spend £900.
So the £900 does not include the gun?
No.
No, thank you.
It's a hell of a lot of money.
That's more than a Sistema. That's more than a Sistema.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, no, Max,
yeah,
they're cheaper.
1200 quid, yeah.
Yeah, I remember when they were like 2.5. Yeah, so guys, wow. Yeah. TM CQB is perfect. Buy yourself a Scar L for range. Yes. That would be my thing. Buy yourself a different gun, have 2 setups. If you want a gun to do both, you need to spend a shit ton of money on it. If I was you, I would get something with a longer barrel, put a 285 EDGI barrel in your 416, it'll be golden, and then build a platform that's for rural and just have it so you can swap between the two. That would be my personal thing. My 416 has been golden. I cannot get my head around how good that gun is. I've used it for over a year in all weathers. It's got great range on it. You know, it hits out at people. Yeah. It's accurate as fuck, that gun. It really does get me every time how accurate it is. Richie's with me. I shot a guy in the elbow. Just a single whack. Just done him. I shot someone in the foot this weekend. Just gone. I was shooting through a gap. Into the cop at one point, through a gap in the fence that must have been 2 inches wide. Every shot was going through, the odd one would ring off the post. That was normally down to me shooting in the gun. Really, really accurate gun. So the TM416, I'm very happy. Yeah, BHR said PDW money, exactly that. You could get a Sistema. My new setup is a Thales fist mic and in-ear piece. I saw a lot of people with them this weekend.
Yes, I know Alfie runs that and he loves it. He loves that setup. That's a possible move. Yeah.
Let's go for a fist mic and then just have an earpiece in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets gutted completely. Well, it does and it doesn't, because you've still got the original TM recoil system on there, which no matter what you do, is always going to be an integral part of that gun. So as much as you pimp it up, you've still got that recoil system. I know they changed the gears and everything else and the motor and all the wiring and stuff. For me, £900 spend on top of the 600, 550 you're going to pay for a TM is excessive. Just my opinion. Mid-range budget comms, use a Baofeng and a Thales fist mic. Yeah, fair play. I can't agree with that more. I've had my Baofeng since starting Airsoft and I still use it all the time now. I love the look of the 152, but I just don't like the idea of carrying one around.
No.
Richie carries around too, so.
And it sucks.
Anyone, comms related questions, I did say this in the write-up for Richie, this is your man to speak to, so if you have any comms questions, feel free to sling them in the box and Richie can run through them. TM, off topic, someone recently asked me gas or spring for bolties. Obviously I have no idea, so what's your thoughts?
What's that?
If you want my honest opinion for a decent sniper rifle that's consistent, just get a spring one. Go and buy something like a ASG L96 if you want a folding stock. If you want a solid stock like a typical L96, you can get a Well MBO1 for about 60 quid. Just gut it. You can go to Airsoft Sniper Parts UK or ASP UK and you can kit the inside out. They do a full kit for it and it will give you 100 metres. You want to be about 500 FPS. When you start pushing more than that, you're going to break stuff. If you go below that, you won't get the range. And just the best thing I would recommend is either do it yourself and be really anal about it and spend a long time tweaking and playing with it and really know the gun inside out so that if you have a problem you can fix it, or send it away to someone and get them to build it.
I have a good question on here from, where is it? Delta 01, would you rather have separate uppers for switching CQB to long range?
Good question.
Well, funny enough, I I've got both. That's exactly what I do with this, the main for here.
Do you want to show?
Yeah, so if you can just bear with us guys, I'll get this out just to show you exactly what you guys want about.
So guys, on YouTube, Richie is just off to my right hand side, so this guy's on Instagram. He's going to show you through his gun setup. He has a swappable upper and lower kit. It's not something that I've ever thought about before because I've always been between two platforms. So previously I had my sniper rifle and then I had my 416, so you know I could jump between those two. And now I've got the Scar and the 416. It's not something that I've been able to do, but I do know it's a very, very popular setup, especially if you've got a real solid build below, to be able to just swap uppers across the guns, CQB, type CQB, and then to rural without having to have a massive expense. So I'll let Richie talk you through these. These are some awesome guns, so I'll let him take the stage.
Yeah, so guys, so this is for Delta 01 that was asking about this. This is my VFC base. Spiked tactical rail, you know, replica PEC 2, T1, I think just a FMA copy front grip, Magpul ASAP sling on the back, just there. That's for like ambidextrous movements. You can swap shoulders left to right without, you know, much problems. This in the front is a lovely, I love this edition, Griffin Industries.
Is that from Ian?
That's from Ian at Tactical Kit, yeah. If I'm honest with you, when we get round to doing the main plate carrier, most of my kit is from Tactical Kit. It's literally, yeah, it's a go-to place for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this actually hides a, that's actually a tracer unit. I'll keep this on there because this is basically my CQB / like night setup. So
nice and tight, nice and
tight, nice and short. Yeah, big torch, small sight because let's face it, you're not really going to be using your sights because you've got, you know, your IR there. Yeah, and so as you were saying, you just pop the pin, and that then comes off. At which point.
And what length is the rail on that? Do you know? Is it 7 inch?
Honestly, mate, I'm not sure. I think it might be a 7.
Yeah,
I think so.
I was about to say it looks about a 7. So you've got this completely swappable platform, really quick, and then obviously, you know, for the key thing that most people have is swapping magazines, right? So if you're swapping between platforms, you're having to swap out magazines as well. With a setup like this, you literally can just swap the rails and be done with it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not, I think this is a 13-inch VTAC, but for me, this just adds an extra bit of length, extra bit of accuracy, and it's not, you know, it's still lengthy. You know, you've still got a good bit of reach there. So, you know, I know I've got the dual pressure switch on the top for, you know, PEC and or torch. Yeah, and then obviously one for the IR as well. But yeah, it's just a good bit of versatility really. So you can switch from, you know, during the day, this will run nice. I think it's actually run this at Urban Ops last weekend. You know, with
full length.
Yeah, full length. So with the right manipulation, you can still sweep doors, you know, high ready, low ready, whatever your choice is, whatever floats your boat.
We were talking about that this longer rail and obviously the flexibility going between platforms, and Richie actually sent me over a video about this kind of high position for moving in and out doorways. It's not something I've seen before, and it's exactly what he was just doing then, and bringing the stock up over the shoulder. Just so it's quicker to manipulate straight back out in the case of a threat, and that in that case allows you to use something this length. I've actually shot this gun I think once or twice before now, and the rail on it has got to be one of my favourites. It's the fact it's round, the fact it's so smooth, there's no edges or anything like that. I would compare it with my 416, but I've actually sent it away. This is one of my favourite handguards I think I've ever come across, just for the fact it's so smooth, so comfortable to use. and you know the way with the key mod system. Is it key mod or M
lock? I think it's M. Is it M lock?
M lock.
Yeah, M lock.
So with M lock, you can just slide the pieces back and forth. It gives you so much flexibility, but it is it's definitely got a real narrow feel to it, right?
I mean, obviously, I'm quite lucky. I've got quite fucking big hands anyway. But for those people that haven't got Sasquatch hands, you know, the good thing about it is, like Tim said, it's quite a narrow rail. You know, I can get my fingers like all the way around that and touch, no problem at all.
Yeah, for 416 you've got no hope in the standard or a Daniel's Defence style round. They're just so bulky.
Yeah, so what I find sometimes if you're up against like a door pillar or something like this, you know, rather than sitting there arms out for, you know, if you're putting security or something like that, you can just come back, and I know the whole cost of C-clamp thing is going to be comments made, but you can just, you know, I've been sat in a tight rural sort of bush or behind a tree, and just to make your target area smaller, rather than being hit out here, you know, you just bring this back, and you can bring this down really small, yeah. So you can just clamp that down, put that up against the door frame or whatever. So.
The other thing you definitely have, I mean, this is the other bad thing about the 416 rail, that I've had to put a cover on all of it because it's so sharp. So guys, I know there's a few TM guys up in the chat, but if you've ever found that your rail on your TM is actually really sharp, mine is like shredding a pair of gloves. So that's the other thing, it's like if you're doing any of these kind of weapons manipulation grips where you're doing a C-clip or your hand is over the top of the barrel, anything like that, the main thing that then gets me is just struggling with the size of the rail on the 416 and also how sharp it is.
I think the finish is supposed to be like that, but it's just doesn't feel natural.
No. Does Airsoft need to be regulated and licensed in the same way shotguns are here in the UK? It's a good point. I mean, your car was kind of gone out the window. I mean, from what I've heard, the database is all over the place. Most of the information's wrong. People are buying guns without them anyway. You've got guys boycotting the system. I don't know.
The second-hand market is...
Second-hand market's fucking right.
Yeah.
So this is the one thing that I actually don't understand, that if I've got a new car, what stops me setting up a second-hand shop? Like on weapon crates or something. Hey Zach, if you're watching from weapon crates. But, I mean, what stops me from taking like a tenner off the price? Or putting a tenner on the price? Because that means anyone can buy it. And just being a second-hand...
All of a sudden, a product that is unavailable to you as a non-new car member, all of a sudden for an extra tenner is available.
Yeah.
I mean...
Legal loophole.
I mean, do it...
Any of you entrepreneurs out there you go, there's a free business for you.
Get yourself on, you know...
Kosh, Robert, Mike, Ryan, Jordan, welcome, George, Nick, Jordan, we thought you were dead, Nick Mangle, what's happening?
Nicky.
Welcome.
What's happening, brother? You good?
Sorry guys, just had a ton of people join us on Instagram. It's a random one, and I really don't know how we regulate it. I know that Apocalypse have started UCASA, which is their own thing. Graham done some digging around the legality of the platform and found loads of loopholes. They haven't got insurance, the insurance isn't right, there's loads of problems with it. If you want to check out all the information on that, head over to Carlo's Flop Operator podcast. They've done like a 3-hour talk on it. Essentially, Graham phoned up Apocalypse's insurance and they went, what insurance? Is the long and short of the story.
Yeah.
So the public liability thing is also an issue, and so I don't know. Yukari seem to have, done themselves over by not being active and maintaining their database, and UCASA seems to be a little bit of a rip-off, especially for 30 quid a year when you can attend a couple of games and get it for free. So I don't know. Yeah. For me, there needs to be something done to protect our sport and to protect our hobby, right? The thing that does worry me is that these guns are so realistic.
Yeah.
My dad, luckily, my daddy's got a 223 M4 platform. I think it's by a company called Thompson. It's got a load of Magpul bits on it and stuff. To tell that apart from an airsoft gun at 10 metres, you have not got a chance. If you do want to check out that gun, it's on the YouTube channel. I think it's Day at Hive or something like that. You can see me shooting it. there is no way at a distance you would tell that apart from a real gun, especially if you're a police officer. And if you're running that about pointing it at people, I would definitely expect to get capped. So there definitely needs to be something done. How or what, I don't know. I'm just going to go through some of the questions. Who bought some Peltor contacts and set them up? And what setup do I need for a bio thing with Peltor contacts? Plug straight in, didn't it? Go straight to a PTT.
If I believe if they're real steel contacts, I believe you need an amped connection, an amped PTT.
Yeah.
I think.
So you have to get a Nexus one.
If they're TRI contacts, I believe it's non-amped, so the microphone isn't amped, but there's 2 pins that you swap on inside the PTT to go from, I don't want to call it a civilian and a military setup, but it's like that. Basically, the mill plug has the pins a certain way, the claw, and then the like so, and then obviously on the so the civvy has it one way, and then military have 2 pins swapped. That's all it is.
Right.
I believe.
So you'll have to work out what headset you've got and do a little bit of digging around that. Ancient Python says hi. Does Airsoft need to be regulated? Covered it. It's an M-lock. Alfie called me a pussy. This chaos.
Yeah, it is.
This is the rate. This chaos.
Oh, Jay Mason. Hi, son.
What's up, Jay?
Hello. Hi. Hello.
Combat phone is one I run for years. It's wicked. I wear Smith or Oakley. I actually wear Ball. In case of eyewear. The new one's got like some mad platinum coating and they have not steamed up on me yet at all.
Okay.
Even running, when we were out this weekend, it got cold at about 4 o'clock in the morning, really chilly, and I had a big jacket on, the Rapax from Claw Gear. It's like wearing about 5 other people. It's great, keeps you well warm, and they didn't steam up at all. So I'm a big fan of them just because they've been so good. I've done a lot of events at Apocalypse in the cold, wearing them with my night vision and with like a face scarf on, and they still haven't steamed up. So that's me.
Yeah.
Richie.
I run Smith Optics. I've run the Boogie regulators. Good, really good. I enjoyed them. The ones that basically wrap around and then you strap them to your lid. Only downside is you have to run a lid to wear them.
Yeah.
I currently run the Smith Optics Aegis Arc in multicam. Comfortable, very comfortable. I found for a military product or a military based product, not very robust. We were going through some brush, through some shrubbery at one point, and the little rubber nose piece actually pinged off. I lost it. I had to buy. Lucky enough, UK Tactical were so good.
UK Tactical kit.
UK Tactical.
Oh really?
Because that's where I bought them from. I told them, the lady there, she sent me 2 new nose pieces. Really good. But that being said, the clear lenses on them, they must have a coating on the inside, whether it's anti-fog or whatever. But that they start to scratch off. They start to peel.
Oh really?
I can literally get my thumb out and peel it off. So yeah, Smith Optics, would I buy them again? No.
Let me know, I will sort out some bodies before we leave today.
Free kit.
Yay! Someone said that they are 3M Peltor XPI. I don't know what that means.
What's that, sorry?
They are 3M Peltor XPI.
XPIs? Yeah, so that's real steel ones. So I think
you'll have to have an
amped PTT, I believe. I think so.
You can get them from Nexus.
Yeah.
I did see them on eBay just for the unit without the cable on, and you specify the cable and what connector you want on the end. I think they're about 80 quid. So not cheap. Trashy, your eyewear, so contacts and eye probe. Yes. Eyewear, I can't remember what their BioView, I think it is, contacts, you could sleep in them. I actually wore them from Thursday night or Thursday daytime till Sunday afternoon at this last event. You don't need to take them out, you can sleep in them and stuff, so they're good. But yeah, I do that, and other than that I wear glasses, but wearing glasses and playing Airsoft's a nightmare, so yeah, contacts and eye pro. First time Milsim, what is the best place in the UK to go? For your first Milsim? Oh, good question. definitely wouldn't go to Sterling for the first one, unless you're ballsy.
It's a strong move, but not unheard of.
Yeah, I know Matt done it. I did it. I think Jake did it.
Yeah.
I know Jake was playing for a long time, wasn't he? Maybe
yeah.
not.
I guess it depends.
Jake, when was your first Milsim? I don't know, it's ballsy, you can do it. What's your level of kit like? How long have you played Airsoft for?
Yeah.
I'm speaking to my laptop, sorry. How long have you played Airsoft for? And we'll go from there. Do you use a tent in longer Milsims? In which case, which tent? I actually prefer a basher, but Richie's a tent person, he's posh.
Yeah, I love a tent. Love a tent. So what's that?
What is it? What one have you got? Snug pack, isn't it?
Yeah. What is it? A tent for a Milsim?
Yeah.
For me, if I'm being really luxurious, I've got the Snug Pack Scorpion 3. It's a 3-man tent, which is it's an outer first, so you put your outer skin up first. So if it's absolutely hoofing down, you can get your outer top up first, get in, and then set the inside up. And there's room for me. We've been in Dartmoor all over the place. You've got me plus my Warrior BMF Bergen, all sort of load of room. If you want to be low vis and concealable, I've got the Snug Pack Ionosphere. It's like a 1-man bivvy. A lovely bit of kit. Very compact, but you know you can. I mean, I'm not tall, but I can still get me plus kit in there. Yeah, it's a good bit of kit. You can. I would recommend a basher with it though. So you stay in the Ionosphere, and then you have a basher for your kit because you can't really fit a bag and stuff in there. But yeah, I've seen guys with the Ionosphere. They've used that on Sterling Ops as well. I've seen it here before.
Yeah, I haven't really set up a tent. I've slept under a basher a lot, and I've actually found a couple of times to actually just take the basher down if it's really, really raining. We had it in the valley once, and I literally just wrapped it around me. I guess like a Jedi or something. Over my head, over one shoulder, and then tucked it over the other.
So back in greater numbers too.
Yeah. So just like crossed over in front of me and went over my legs, so the rain was literally coming down straight away, and I was almost sat on top of my Bergen.
Yeah.
Because trying to sleep when it's that wet and you're outside can be quite difficult. So yeah, I've done that with a basher a couple of times. It's been really, really wet. I mean, the sort of rain that's going to go through a tent and through onto the ground if you're on really wet ground. So, you know, sometimes a basher can really help. I've been at quite a few events with Richie where we slept under bashers in good and bad weather. So, one of them we did end up eating pizza in the back of his Jeep.
We did, yeah.
But the weather was...
And Frank's Hot Wings as well.
Yeah.
Frank's Hot Wings.
Can't go anywhere about Frank's.
No.
So yeah, you can definitely use a tent, but 1.5 years, need to buy everything again. I lost it all to a fire in the house.
Oh shit.
Bad news.
Dude, that sucks.
Was that the guy? The first game was a Milsim. I played more Milsims than Skirms. Yeah, well done, Alf. That's what the majority of people that I know that are really into Milsims have done that. They've done a lot more Milsims than they have skirmishes.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't class the stuff at Dino's as a skirmish. I think it's midway.
Yeah.
I think if I was traditionally skirmishing, it would be different, but I've done the same. My focus is on Milsims. I'm not really much of a skirmisher. I presume that's Chewy. Chewy said to Alfie that you're a massive skirmisher.
What about me?
No, to Alfie.
He's a skirm lord. He has the title and everything.
Richie, who made the funky field phone I saw you with recently, and does it have any advantages over a fist mic? I actually fucking love that setup.
Mate, the back phone was incredible. Yeah, so basically guys, for that missed the first half, obviously I was RO for the event, radio operator, and I was running, get off, these bad boys obviously on arc rails. One of these died, one of the ear cups died, so I had to ditch it, and basically I had to go old school.
I still like this setup though.
And basically, had to go back to this. So you got your little back phone. There's your push to talk on the side there. And do you know what? This was great because unlike a fist mic, which is inherently really loud, you know, like when that thing goes off, it's hella loud. This is quiet enough. I had it basically here on my rig, so I could hear the comms just about. So if you know your call sign, you're listening out for it like 3-2, 3-2, you can literally just pick it up, you know, done. And you still, the good thing about it is you still got all your ambient noise. You can still hear people come up the stairs, footsteps, gunfire, you know, because these are great, but 9 times out of 10, if
they block out the sound,
if you're being shot at, you don't know the direction, you can't hear it properly, what direction it comes from. So yeah, love this. Only downside is this little clip here normally always breaks, always. But this is actually TRI. What TRI do is they buy a real one. So this is a real steel handset, and what they do, they just change, I believe, the mic or the earpiece to be compatible with the TRI radios.
So like non-amped
or whatever.
Or low thing.
And then they, in the pin, basically they solder one joint to make it compatible with the TRIs. But yeah, so love this little setup.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I think that's the biggest thing with all the events that I've ever been to, is having like decent comms.
Yeah.
And I've never been to an event where comms haven't failed. For it's always a thing that tends to go down first is comms. So I like that setup. I think sometimes simple is the way forward. Although I always seem to be trying to complicate my comms. My next thing is definitely having the iPhone in. Been speaking to Ian, who probably isn't on this, he's away on holiday. Always seems to be on holiday. Ian from Tactical Kit. And I will be sorting me out a Juggernaut, so I'm looking forward to that setup too. And then as soon as we've got the Juggernaut, I'll be running comms in one ear and music in the other.
Yeah, rocking out.
From our friend Max, who told me about it.
Max, yes.
Max from the movie. The man who shall not be spoke about any more than that, but he was the person that spoke about it first.
He did, yeah. We learned from the best.
We did, yeah. Infields with music on, his comm stand off. Okay, how much kit would you say you need for a Milsim, e.g. price? I'm completely kitted out for a skirmish, with Warrior Recon, belt, TMs, everything you need for a skirmish, but high quality gear.
I think you're almost there.
Yeah, I mean, jet oil.
So jet oil, 60 quid.
Definitely, that was just my number one.
Yeah.
But then coffee and hot food there's nothing better if you're really cold.
Yeah.
Sleeping bag bivvy.
So yeah, Tim's bang on. So the three things, like I say, it's getting hot drinks and hot food. Jet oil, 60 quid. A hella good sleeping bag, warm sleeping bag.
Snug pack.
100 quid. 100, 110.
I got one from a company called Neuropol.
You got?
Nah, well, yeah, might be. It got on the board, so I bought it. Yeah, Neuropol, they do hiking, stuff like that equipment. You'll find them online. If not, just hassle me about it. I'll send you the link. It's called the -15. It's probably it's one of the best ones I've used, but it's very similar to the, I'm sure it's the Snug Pack something, -20 or something. It's a big heavy thing. It's got a dual layered neck inside it. You can put a neck piece round and then zip it up, and you have like a big mummy top. It's got a cushion in the headpiece and everything. They're really, really good. Spend money, get a decent sleeping bag.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is go and buy a cheap, thin, non-insulated sleeping bag. It's pointless. Just spend money, get a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun thing.
So 100. So if you said 160 quid, and then I think Alfie made a good point. Comms is a good point, but that's cheap. You know, bow things are like 20 quid. So you're up to like 180.
Bivvy bag. Get a decent bivvy.
Round up to 200 quid. So what else would we need?
Talc and baby wipes. Definitely baby wipes.
Yes, absolutely. Jordan made a good point.
Shit in the woods.
The base camp sleeping bag. Look, mine was like 45 quid. Cool. Snug pack. Yeah.
Jordan loves Snug Pack stuff.
Yeah, mate. Good. It's a good brand. So yeah, I mean, if you said another 250 quid on top of the kit you've already got, I don't think you'd be far off.
No, I think overnight kit, decent Bergen, good backpack, something like this, what Richie's got down here, you know, decent sized pack.
Yeah.
you know, if you have a ground mat, put a ground mat on the bottom. A lot of guys now seem to be going to these inflatable ones. They're self-inflating things.
Yeah.
I've always gone for like a hard sponge one. But the self-inflating ones you can roll up, a decent sized pack, something you're going to get your sleeping bag in, and some other bits. Best bag, Corinthia, Austrian military. I use OEX bags in the Highlands for winter, 65 quid from Go Outdoors, non-tactical but works. I think Bergen wise, it doesn't really matter as long as you can get all your stuff in it. You can go silly money on Bergens. I mean, if you're looking at North Face and Arc'teryx and those types of things, you could spend a hell of a lot of money on a bag. To be honest, as long as it fits in roughly with your kit and it's not like hiking orange or something like that, you're fine.
Yeah.
Where did you get it? That patch? Yeah, Richie's got all the patches for days. Perfect. Cheers, guys. I think I'm going to have to drop another grand and get all the living essentials. I think you probably do it cheaper than that.
Not much cheaper.
You could go really Gucci with a grand, but I don't think you need to spend that much.
No. I've
done a lot of outdoors kit with a basher, sleeping bag and bivvy, no ground mat.
Yeah.
Normally sat up against a tree having a sleep.
Yeah. Two good points on here. Delta 01, that's a Canet gear pack. Yes, it is, mate. This is the
Phalanx.
Love this bag, mate.
Simpson work as well, don't it?
I normally take this away. I don't really use this for shooting, to be fair. This normally comes away to me for work, simply because it's the soft lining. You know, when you want to keep like your personal kit, like stop it knocking about inside, rattling about. It's just soft. You know, you've got the laptop here. It's just a good bag, and I like the pockets as well. I don't know if you guys can see that. You've got obviously like pockets upon pockets. I love pockets. I'm organised to the hilt. There's only one man that's more organised than me. That is Jonathan Allen. Mr. J.A. But yeah, cracking bit of kit. Love this bag. Love it.
I think that's Richie just sort of touched on something there that is vital. I mean, it is the most important thing from going from just your average skirmish where you work out your boot with your car, or you just drag some stuff up a hill and you're going over to Milsim, you're going to do overnighters and stuff. Be organised. Know where your kit is. Have a pocket for cooking, have a separate pocket for medic, have a separate pocket for ammo, have a little stash for pyro. You know, if you have to go and buy a load of sandwich bags and like sandwich bags all your stuff off, just so you can keep it all together, just go organised. The worst thing I hate seeing is when someone just rolls up with like, you know, a gym bag of stuff, tips it out on the floor and starts getting himself ready. Yes, that's fine in good light, good weather, but try doing that at 2 o'clock in the morning when you get bumped. You know, it's just the worst thing, so just admin. Guy Butler's just wrote it exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
From someone who travels a lot with a ton of kit, working with a variety of different stuff, he will know. Yeah. It's about admin, especially Jake will know this as well. There's a few of the other lads that have done the Valley, Richie, Alfie will know this from his experience.
Jordan's king of admin.
Yeah, Jordan always manages to forget at least half of everything.
Yeah.
I'm joking, Jordan. But on a serious note, we've been bumped at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, half asleep, bleary-eyed, knackered, laying on like -5 ground, and you've got to try and take down a basher, wrap up your posts, take your pegs with you, collect your bungees, pick up anything that you've left on the floor. If there's stove out, if you have your jet boil on the go, your fags, your you know, the food that you've eaten, your wrappers, guns, batteries, anything that you've had out or potentially could have been knocked or dislodged during that period. Try to do that in the morning on top of wet leaves and all that sort of thing. It just comes down to admin. Knowing that you're taking stuff and putting it back where it should be. So when you check later on in the day, it's definitely there. Admin for Milsim events is just, it's one of those things that goes so much unspoken about, how much time goes into prepping. I know from when I've done a lot of events with Richie and the rest of the boys that we roll with, you know, I've rolled with Jake, Jordan, Alfie, you know, we're prepping so much before the events. You know, we're prepping a week beforehand.
Sorry, mate.
What is that?
Buck told you admin is not a place in China.
That's exactly it. Not fun if you don't cut a comms cable. So yeah.
Also, a good point on here. I saw just crop up. Caretaker task force. Warrior BMF. Absolutely.
He's got one.
That's what I run. If I'm doing a green op, or if I'm just wild camping for a couple of days, just out in the wild.
Perfect.
BMF is mint. It's almost too big because you can end up filling it with stuff you don't need to fill it with.
Yeah.
Because you've got so much space in there, but also the pockets on the outside, it allows you to compartment everything, so you can have jet boil, food, lights, batteries, illumination, comms. You know, and then you come up. You got your spin. That's just 3 pockets. There's another 3 on the top row and 2 big rocket pouches, 2 litres of water, 2 litres of water. You can just go with that bag. Yeah, definitely a big fan of that.
Yeah, I think a few people have asked me about that and said, is it worth it? Because it's a pricey pack, but you know, you're buying it and you're never going to have to buy again. No. And that's the, you know, and this is the kind of rule that you learn after doing this for years and years and years. You know, you buy cheap and then you buy again and you buy again. And the thing that I think I've learned from the off now is that, yeah, sometimes you have to save a little bit or swallow a bit of cost. It's just worth going to get something that's probably a little bit bigger than you expected, a little bit better quality, spend that little bit extra, and 9 times out of 10 it pays off. Worst comes to the worst, if you don't use it because you've paid that bit extra, you can resell it. Yeah. The resale market in Airsoft is normally pretty good. Someone said they use food vacuum bags for clean clothing, makes compact and waterproof. Yeah, it's a great idea. Like vacuum pack bags, especially if you're camping, you've got a couple of Norwegians or something, the big fluffy jumpers. That's going to help. Trashy, how many operators in your team? Really, at the moment, we flex. There's a group of us. Me and Richie have been running together for quite a while. We've got John and Matt. We kind of stick to that 4. There's a few other guys that kind of peel in and out of that team, but our core team is really about 4 of us. We have some other people, Jordan, Jake, Alfie, some other guys that will drop in with us now and then, but from what I've run previously, that, you know, we have a little dynamic of 4, and that's how it works. We can, you know, sometimes flex that out a bit, but 9 times out of 10 we have 4 guys. We normally have a dedicated medic, dedicated TL, and dedicated comms, and obviously a dedicated sniper. So, you know, that's what we've had previously at events. That obviously changes up now with some different roles, but Richie normally takes up a comms role, and then we've had Jordan before taking up a medic a lot of the time, but normally we don't flex more than that really. 4 or 5 people, any more than that you're tripping over each other. That's roughly where we are. Issued Bergen 3 pouches tailored along the front, cheap and battle tested. I thought you'd say that, Alfie, so just the traditional surplus Bergen. For my comms, I use a Wufeng UV8D. I have no idea what that is.
I've heard of the Wokesum, whatever it is, Wokesum. Well, I don't know that model. I've heard of guys using that, and they say that this.
Are they like a Balfour?
It kind of, I believe it's like a bit like a Kenwood.
Right, got it.
Like it's a bit bigger than a Balfour, I believe. But yeah, I've heard good things about them. I'm not sure how programmable they are though.
Are they like set channels sort of?
I think there are set channels where you need like a data cable to do it, I believe. I could be wrong, I don't really know much about them, so I've heard good things.
That's what I like about the Balfour things, like you can just jump on any channel you like, there and then, comms, changing nets and stuff.
Oh Nick, mate, you disappeared, you fell off the planet, Nick. Do you remember, Nick, you went back to play paintball?
Oh man,
it's a deep burn.
That is, it's painful.
I'm just saying that is.
Ron Burgundy kicked his dog off a bridge.
I saw that. Brett killed a guy. Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, same as my thing, same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, guys, we've got one more bit of kit that I do definitely want to go through before we duck out. So we've been rolling for nearly 2 hours.
Yeah.
I want to let Richie take you through his rig. I've seen a lot of guys run different setups and stuff. But for me, this is a universal rig that can be used in such a lot of environments. We're both kind of on the hunt for something different at the moment, and both struggling to find something. I was looking at ESS TAC the Dandian last night. I looked at an LBT rig, and then I also looked at another American fucking custom one. It was a Mayflower Designs replica sort of thing. So it's roughly like a 6094A cross with the Recon. The only other thing is buying them from the States is so expensive, $550 or something. I don't want to get a Cry CPC, everyone has them, they're a bit common. And for me they're a bit cheap. Yeah.
They're just a bit cheap and like the stitching's off on them, you know?
Yeah, sometimes they just fall apart.
Yeah. I was looking at the First Spear stuff. I like the First Spear plate carriers, they're nice. Like the strain hog and stuff.
That's it, yeah.
It's good.
So yeah, we're both in the market for something different. If any of you guys recommend something Gucci, a little bit different, a little bit more you know, out there maybe, or something, the way that it's designed a little bit different. If you've got any recommendations for cool plate carriers, hit one of us up. And we can go from there. Guy Butler, another T3 T3 hole. We're on rare. So CR2 plate carriers, yes, I think that was one of the companies I looked at yesterday. I looked at Plat Attack.
Haven't CR2
and CR2. Isn't Jake just got CR2?
I don't know, maybe. I heard CR2, hadn't they just won a military contract? I thought, Guy might know this better than anyone else. I thought they just won a military contract for like...
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Alfie just said CR2 are good, and what he's probably going to get next. If he's going from a CPC to the CR2, then I imagine a C2R, I imagine they're good.
Yeah, if Alfie does it, then it's good enough for me.
Right, we're running out of time again on Instagram. They keep locking us off with it. Yeah. So what we do is we'll let this time peel out. We'll go live one more time on Instagram. We'll wrap things up on YouTube, where we'll go through Richie's plate carrier, and then we're going to find out this story about him making someone strip.
Yeah, boy.
And then we'll be cutting it. They have for a while with them. Right, I'll be getting one there now.
Yep.
Might share and then we'll run it back again.
Right, on 32%, that's okay.
Right, 116 minutes. We've got another 50 people to watch it.
Okay. Right, shall I put this on or should I just hold it up?
I think we're right holding it up,
cool.
and then you can spin it and stuff.
True that. Right.
Right, guys. I am going to monitor the YouTubes and see what we have. So yes, C2R seems to be creating plate carriers for those guys.
Those guys. I saw something crop up within Shot Show or something. Yeah.
Want something for the CQB? The Slickster is amazing.
Yes.
I know a lot of guys that run Slicksters actually. Ted, one of my friends, runs a Slickster. I like it. Yet the Diwali and Police new grey kit is C2R.
Yeah.
Oh, I said I wanted a grey plate carrier.
Big shout to everyone who joined us back on Instagram.
Thanks guys.
We got timed out, but we are back for one last little stint.
Yeah, this will be the last stint, so we appreciate you sticking with us. If there's anything you've missed, if you've joined us late, then this video will be going up on YouTube as soon as they've processed it. I would imagine it'll take them a while because it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, Jake says I am a C2R. Cool.
I thought so.
Be nice to get eyes on that, mate, at some point, just to feel the fibre of your
thread,
the fibre of your fabric.
Yeah, I thought you did, Jake.
Yeah.
Right, LBT 1604 slick is decent, but no real molly in real estate. Yeah. The reason that I actually turned away from that is because I need molly up on the top of the chest, and that's for the juggernaut.
Yeah. It's nice to have that slick front, but at the same time, it depends what you're running, doesn't it?
Jake, have you got a juggernaut?
Yeah, it's Gucci, mate. Great build. Cool.
Right, awesome. Jake's like my size as well, so perfect.
My size.
My size.
My size.
Right, I'll let you go through it.
Yeah, cool. Right, so guys, this is my kind of go-to rig now, because it kind of fulfills a lot, it ticks a lot of boxes. It is obviously full molly, front and back. I wasn't too sure on the where is it? The skeletal cummerbund initially. I come from something that had like stiff sides to it, and I found when it's not mollied up, it just collapses. So you'll see the.
So it's not one that's like Kydex back, like the Regal?
No, Kydex back, that's it. So yeah, it will literally just collapse like that. So if it's not mollied up or you know, fully laden, it will just collapse and it's just a bit crap. But at the same time, it's got great breathability. Great for summertime, great if you're carrying a lot of kit like I do. Just allows to sort of vent a bit better. So yeah, so this is Ferro Concepts FCPC Assault Solutions version 4. It has J-Tap custom foam pads in there to try and keep it a bit more rigid. Again, like Tim was saying, we're trying to find something to cover all bases. So basically, I've chased many a rig and many a mag pouch to run M4s, my MP7, my Scar Heavy. You know what I mean? Like you know,
like the diversity of mags is what we were speaking about earlier.
Yeah.
Being able to swap platforms. Nice.
So what I've gone for again, Ian at Tactical Kit hooked us up massively with this. This is the Spirit of Systems Mark III Micro Flight. So as you can see, you've got three. What you can probably just about see it. 3556 on there. So that allows for that to come out.
And you've got insert in there or anything? Does it work well?
Yeah, basically I had my concerns because all it is a, let's have one here. Here's one I made earlier. All it is an elastic. It's just an elastic insert that goes right through. This one is the 762.
And is that the Spirit of Systems as well?
It's all Spirit of Systems. So what I have is, so basically, let's just pull this out.
So that, essentially, that front kangaroo pouch can just go to any magazine you want.
Yeah, just the rear one.
By them.
Yeah. So the rear kangaroo pouch, you could have 55556 will slot in, double 762, and if I go in here, and that's another good thing about this Canet bag, because it's got sort of semi-negative Velcro on the inside, I was able to put my quadruple 9mm pouch.
Perfect for MP7.
Perfect for MP7. So you've got four, so you can run 4 MP7 mags. I slotted that in my Canon bag and it's stuck to the negative Velcro. But at the same time, that will also just sit in there.
So guys that are looking for one rig that will suit 3 magazine types, so someone was asking me about Sky Heavy magazines earlier, or 762 magazines. Spirit Systems, there you go, will have you one setup that allows you to jump between 3 different magazine types, which is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, love that. Also, this front, so the front section, this flap is also Velcro, so you don't have to have this flap. They come in, so you can have a full flap. They also do like what they call half a flap, so you can have one open, one section open and one section closed. I've gone for the full flap because I like to keep this front section as admin, which is great. You know, I keep my SSE camera in there, pens, notepad on the left side. That's where I keep my tag tubes, just for like, you know, when you're ready to slam 40 mic into someone's face.
While they're having a coffee.
Whilst they're having a coffee. Yeah, so then that's that. So then we also have double 40 mic on the right, although I'll keep that for impacts.
Yeah.
Or TRMR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So realistically, just on that front area, you've got, in one pouch, you've got the capability of doing all your mags, you've also got all of your stuff, your tag launcher, and then all of your admin as well. Just squared away in a very compact little area.
In literally, so, and also, I don't know if you guys can see this, I've got clips here. Let's do it on that side. So I've got a clip, so that will unclip. So if I needed to, this will just rip straight off. and this front section here comes with a chest rig harness, so you can immediately ditch direct action in a plate carrier
and just take that front piece off.
Pull this front section off and go, green ops if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Love this bit of kit. Love it.
So someone was just quickly asking what launch you use. It's a TM M320, right?
Yeah, it is. So we have, if that'll focus. There we go. So yeah, so we have the TM 320. Obviously just, so, don't worry, it's not loaded. So yeah, obviously I've stripped the top sights off and the rear buttstock. So that just locks in there. So basically I've stripped it all down to allow me to fit it in this holster here.
Right, so just quickly guys, I had a ton of people asking me over the weekend what holster Richie used, because no one had seen it before, and most people are used to putting their 320 in a backpack or in a pocket, which makes it really difficult to get. Richie can actually access this without removing any kit, just straight underneath his arm, and it just slides out. And we'll show you how to do it, but I know I had a lot of questions about this, people asked about where we got it and all that sort of thing, so I'll let you take it through that.
Yeah, I mean basically guys, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's a direct copy of the S&S Precision one, which retails for about $300. Maybe about $250, brand new. But yeah, I thought, cards on the table, I'm not paying that. Absolutely not a million years. So yeah, I bought some Kydex, bought some 3mm Kydex, just set about it, yeah. And yeah, I'm really pleased how they come out. I sorted one out for Alfie, I made him one when he was a poorly little soldier. But yeah, as Tim said, this is under my left-hand side here. So I can just reach back and pull it out. I know it seems a bit awkward there, but you'll see when I put it in. So it locates in that bottom lug, comes forward, that's it. So that, although that is your first stage of retention, you also have bungee cord there as well, as an extra precaution. That'll come up and over that.
I just want to say, guys, while he's got that in there, I've actually seen this in action so many times now, and it is really an effortless transition to get that out. I've seen a lot of guys have these in backpacks and day sacks and stuff like that, and then when it comes to time to pop in a smoke, or you're going to use it for an impact grenade or even a time grenade, by the time they've got their pack off and all that sort of thing, the actual engagement time is gone. With this, with Richie's slung weapon, it is just as simple as just sliding that out, slapping the tube in and firing the tag. The actual time to getting that impact or getting that round off is really reduced with one of these. So yeah, I know a lot of people have asked me about this. It is an absolutely awesome setup.
Yeah, Alex, is that true, mate? This is Iron Airsoft, not TM. Just give us a heads up if that's true, mate. Because obviously I thought this was a TM one. But if not, yeah, then this is perhaps on Tony Porcupines. This is Iron Airsoft in that case.
Didn't know the difference.
No, I didn't, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, so then obviously just move around, guys. HSGI taco pouch there. Again, that will also do. Alright, you struggle to do a 9mm. Yeah, it is Iron Airsoft, yeah. Yeah, so again, HSGI double decker taco. You won't struggle to do a 9mm, but you can do 5.56 or 7.62 with that.
Yeah.
High ground gear pouch, radio pouch drop down. So that will drop down.
We've used it a lot of the weekend, isn't it? And it is, it's an awesome pouch. It really does work well on the
I don't know if I can just show you real quick to get it in here.
Just that capability of being able to lean the radio back and be able to, use the comms or change channel or something like that without actually having to completely take it off the rig is absolutely awesome. Do you have a loadout accessory no one would think about what will make a huge difference to the value on the field? I don't know. I mean, for Richie's kit, what do you think is kind of underlooked on something on your kit? Do you think there's any modifications, anything you've changed, anything you've done that to the lame eye someone wouldn't notice, but for you, you think, fuck me, that helped?
Yes, absolutely. So I recently had a bit of tinkering with. Also, I know you're going for the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Case. So obviously, I wanted capabilities to be able to read a map on a phone, or have some sort of grid reference, some sort of maps, some sort of live maps or GPS. So this is a tactical tailor admin pouch. So obviously, as you open it up, you have a map there which folds out, so you can have obviously, you know, a large map and then zoomed in. Obviously in the back we have all my various cards. So you've got radio frequencies, you know, Kazovac,
everything's for 9 as well, right?
Yeah. So that's all your cheap cards for what you would possibly need on a Milsim. But getting down to it, the most bit of underrated kit I think that I've modified on here is I've basically got an old phone, which is an old Android device, which is just there. Bought some cheap ass China case, rubberised case, which you might be able to see it there. All I've done, had a bit of flexible plastic.
Yeah.
I kicked them out of work. I've cut it, I've glued it to this, and basically inside here you have Velcro. So I've literally just added positive Velcro on that. So you can just have that there, flip it down, because it's the Note and not some crappy iPhone. You get your little stylus, you can draw your maps, you can draw waypoints, you know. Yeah, just a cracking bit of kit to be able to, like, on the fly, drop this down, check a map,
use your maps.
Check it, you know, you can even keep all your mission briefs on here.
Engagement, HVT information, intel. And so guys, just for example, me and Richie were out on late night ops. We had just moved away from target a little bit, maybe about half a K. We needed to check in for grid reference. We were surrounded by buildings. To be completely honest, any sort of fast map work, you were never going to be able to work out where we are. You'd put that down, we could see exactly on the map where we were and where we needed to be and could navigate. So, you know, we probably could have worked that out with a little bit of map work and using our Garmin's and all that sort of thing, but for that case it worked incredibly well. Another thing that's well worth mentioning is you can see, just by looking down the front of Richie's kit, admin. Everything is organised, sorted, everything has a place, there's no messy pockets, there's no, you know, that mess pocket is just full of crap. Everything has a place, everything is organised and sorted going forward. That's smart as fuck. A lot of people on YouTube appreciating the drop down front pouch.
But like you Tim was just saying, you know, the guys, I mean, I'm not great at reading a map, but there are guys that, you know, I do struggle reading a map sometimes. It takes me a couple of minutes to get my head around it, waypoints, you know, various positions. So for me, with that phone, you can use Google, any app that you want for a GPS or a map position. You can load it up, drop it down. You know, you can get within an inch with like that. You know, zeros on the net. Yeah, what's your lock stat? Location is grid. Blah 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 blah. Done. You then literally, obviously once it's on, it's a bit better. But you know, once you're there, literally up, done, and you're off. There's no messing.
Yeah.
So
guys, admin, clearly a key thing about this, but things like that, you know, just take a little bit of time to do something yourself.
Yeah.
And work the kit to your needs.
Yeah.
Is going to be really beneficial there. So
I mean, just going back to the radio real quick. This is the High Ground Gear 152 pouch. Again, like we were saying about accessibility, quick and easy accessibility. This here, you undo it basically drops forward. So as the user is looking down, you can look down, you know, onto the radio. You can, you know, get all your frequencies up. You can change frequencies should you wish. The good thing I like about this is the biggest sales pitch is single-handed use. So you can close this pouch with one hand. And I have to be honest, it friggin' works, absolutely. I was on a door, gun up, blah blah blah, and you know, so you just get your what do you call that, buckle at the bottom, pull that, it comes up, one sweep round.
That's it.
And my right hand hasn't left the rig, so this pouch, I know they're like 55, 54 quid, brand new. I think I picked this up for like 30, but yeah, worth every penny, love it.
That's one of them bits of kit that people are just going to not see the benefits of buying unless they've gone and got it.
Until you use it, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people loving that. The way that you've got it set up is very personalised to you. This isn't something that someone can copy and then it's going to work for them. So this is that other thing of like, you know, don't let someone suggest kit to you.
No.
You know, yes, suggest something to your quality, a brand, but don't let them suggest something to you because it works for them. You know, dependent on your role, dependent on the equipment that you use. You know, Richie's built something here that is designed to be super flexible. Yes, it will work with MP7, it'll work with Scar H, it'll work with an M4 platform, and so for him it's going to work across the board. That is going to give more flexibility for different people that are going to watch this and be like, that's cool, I want it. But on the case of setting stuff up, especially for Milsims, you know, specify what you're going to work as, what you want to do if you're an RO, if you're a medic. You know, if you're a medic, you might want to run a big admin pouch on the front for the bandages, tourniquets. Racks, tourniquets seem to be everywhere for medicing at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, everyone seems to be using them, they're cheap, you can pick them up. You know, it's better than having some scabby bandage around your arm or, you know, just a 10-second count. They seem to be really popular. So,
and I think it's the ease of application as well.
It's like,
done.
Put on someone's arm, Velcro, they stay on. Everyone has their own one, it's easy to manage.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have 1,000 of them on you, so you can't really cheat by it.
No.
So, you know, tailor your kit. But as you can see, Richie spent the time to work out his kit, tinker with it, you know, invested time in creating stuff himself, and as you can see, it's turned out to be a fucking really cool, really efficient to use loadout. Sometimes that's what it needs. I mean, the rest of the guys over on Instagram, the guys that are still with us on YouTube, you know, you're bound to spend a lot of time sitting in front of your kit, tinkering, changing things, moving stuff around. That is just part and parcel of progressing and becoming better and more kind of in line with your kit. So yeah, thanks so much for that.
I think one of the biggest problems or bugbears that I found was when I started to do more and more Milsims is people have a general purpose pouch. You know, they keep stuff in with BBs, ammo, BFG reloads, smokes, batteries, and it's normally like round the side or it's on your back, and there are times you have to go, oh mate, could you just grab that for us?
Yeah. And
then you're sat like a lemon, like waiting for this guy to pass you your admin when really you should be on top of it. It was one of the big problems that I searched for a long time to try and solve. Stumbled across this company called Custom Gear. They're out in Krakow in Poland. I know Adriano has used them. I've used them for basically this pack here. So this pack is was my solution to that problems. So obviously it's, you know, main pocket, bit like a what would you call it, like a cargo pack.
Yeah.
But it's not molly. So the idea is you have these two straps here, that and that with your buckles. So technically that is the inside of your pack. I know I've got a blue 40 gear pouch, but I just like to keep that for saloons or whatever. So the idea is this here.
It's going to be quite hard to show.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult to show, guys. But this sits on the back here, and this actually clips into the front of your rig. So that will actually sit there over your shoulder pads, like that, and then your rear buckles come around your side, and that will clip into the front of that chest rig. So it basically envelops you over the top and around the sides. So basically, when you need to get to your kit, you pop the two side ones, left and right, and you basically grab these tags and you pull this over your head, okay, until such a time as you've got this down in front of you like that. At which point you're going, oh yeah, where's the fucking back of the bag? Oh, what's that do? But there's enough loop on this, you can twist it, and then you can get to med kits, ammo, fangs, whatever you want.
Yeah, I've seen Richie do this quite a few times, and it always seems to freak people out that, you know, if you're going to access a backpack normally, I mean, I run the Warrior Assault Systems cargo pack, and I've always got to do the same thing. It's over my shoulders, and if I want to get to it, I've got to kind of unsnap it, drop it off onto the floor, spin round, put it on my lap and go into it. And I've been Richie quite a few times when, like I say, he's popped them two side clips and just whipped it over, spun it around in front of him, goes in, gets what he needs to, and then throws it back. It's completely independent. You don't need anyone else with you, and it's super, super fast. So that is definitely something. Custom Gear on Facebook. So yeah, if anyone wants to check out anything from Custom Gear, they're based out in Poland, they make some awesome kit. You can just go Custom Gear on Facebook and look them up.
Yeah, he's a great guy, very responsive, very helpful. He makes everything to order, so you may have to wait a few weeks, 2-3 weeks. But trust me, guys, like just you think, oh, it's made in Eastern Europe, the quality's going to be terrible.
It's a good pack. Isn't it?
I was really impressed. Stitching, webbing, everything is spot on, really good.
So Alfie's just put over on YouTube. He's got one as well. Expect to pay about 160 quid, but definitely worth it. Adam Kickboy, free to use my own stuff. Free for my birthday. Just got a vest, but no money to buy pouches. Oh mate, you just have to sellotape all your mags on. That's it. He's got no pouches. He's got a vest, but no pouches.
Chewing gum.
Just stick them on.
Done.
Blue tack.
Yeah.
Blue tack will definitely work for you in that case. Dude, I actually have no Warrior stuff here at all at the moment. Everything I've done is sent back. I'm not doing the giveaways anymore, they just don't work. So the only giveaway that I'm going to be doing is for my 10,666 subscriber, and I'm waiting for him to send me his address. He's got an awesome load of kit to send him. Sandman, how's it going? Welcome. Adam, can't send any kit out. Sorry, dude. We got any questions there?
No, just saying obviously, okay, RDX Tactical saying Custom Gear is about 4 to 6 weeks at the moment on their lead times. So
it's not that bad.
No, I mean obviously when I stumbled across them quite a few years ago, and he was down to 1 to 2 weeks. But I guess he's getting more and more popular. And I think his kit is getting rolled out with like the Polish military, German military. He's getting obviously the more popular he gets, the more orders he's getting. Yeah. So
we've been through the kit, guys. This has been a hella long video. I'm really glad that we've had Richie here with us. If you do have any questions now, make sure you sling them in now. We're going to be hitting our limit on Instagram very, very soon. Any questions, make sure you get them in. Anyone who is over on YouTube, make sure you get your questions in now. Richie's going to go through his story. What's this story about making someone strip?
Okay, so we better get through that. So we were defending this COP, this forward operating base. And,
this was the weekend?
This was the weekend event just gone. As the Civ Pop do, they like to try and kind of fuck with you and mess with your kit and try and get up close and personal, so they can either steal your kit, set off an ID, or kidnap you. So this guy was at the front gate. Me and Alfie kind of told him to go away. He kept asking me to sharpen a pencil. I think I lost count amount of time. Alfie told him to go away. Eventually, so we come up with a bright idea. We said, to prove you're not concealing any weapons, you can come forward, but you have to strip off. And literally, before I finished the sentence, this guy at the top was off, right? And so just to put this in perspective, I'm not biased at all. I'm not exactly the most athletic guy, but he was a larger guy. Let me put it that way. Not happy with the top. We thought we'd try and push our limits. So we said, you have to go all the way down, bottoms as well. And sure as eggs is eggs, this guy was dropped trowel, stood there, arms in air, like just in a pair of pants. I was just, yeah, I said, mate, bring it on. We managed to take a picture. We've got a picture of this guy just in his pants. So yeah, I'm sure that's doing the rounds now.
Well, that's what you've got to expect if you hit a Milsim. Any Milsim guides, just wear clean pants, you're all good. We've got a couple of things that have come through saying how you finding the TM recoils. I've been running my recoil now for about a year, absolutely love it. I do not, unless something new comes to the market that is groundbreaking, like this Wolverine kit that's a HPA in the stock and it gives you, crazy power and works in your weather and all that lot, and obviously you get the full bolt lock and return from the gas system. Maybe that, but unless it's something completely new, I will not go to another brand other than TM. Really have made me incredibly happy, and the quality of the guns is nuts. I keep looking up there, by the way, guys, because my scar is sitting on the unit.
It's very sexy.
Yeah, it's a good looking gun. So yeah, really happy with the TM recoils. If you want to go and get a decent AEG, that's the way to go. If you're looking for something high end, unless you're going to buy something and completely strip it out and do it custom, yeah, just go and get a TM. BTG gear, custom, made in Italy. They do a mini map for 60 quid. That's from British SAS1, so I know the mini map is quite popular. Yeah. I still kind of want a GMR one though. I can't help it. I was speaking to someone about the weekend.
Such a fanboy.
I know. I've got the patch, got a little written note from Ronin, made my day. I still want one. Yeah, I know, terrible. Do you still run Warrior? Yes, I run loads of Warrior kit. In regards to tack kit, I don't run the belt anymore. The belt I've got now is from Raptor Tactical, but the Recon plate carrier is still one of my favourite plate carriers. I'm looking at other stuff.
I was almost considering buying another DCS.
What, the quick release, the DCSR, or
no, just a regular DCS. It's just that the Kydex backed cummerbunds. Love them, mate. Love them.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about the Recon is it's got that like netted mesh like that, but it's Kydex back, so it's super stiff. If you don't have stuff on it, it doesn't rattle around. And plus, I like the sides really snug. I know some people could like them a bit loose, but I like them to like almost grip.
Yeah.
The sides of the body of my back. Yeah, so it doesn't, so when you move, it kind of rotates with you rather than just staying still. Yeah. Some people like to run them loose like that, so that you can move and things stay in the same place. But I like it to move with me. So yeah, really good. The drop down pouch is worth it. The dangler for me has been a bit of a game changer. Again, like Richie said, I've always had stuff on my sides. I've completely slicked the sides off now, so that I've got nothing left and right, apart from down at my belt level, and everything now is in that front dangler. Also, it hangs low enough that it kind of is going to stop a dick shot. So, for me, it's a bit of a double bubble, but they're good. I've been running Scar H now for a year, not one problem. Yeah, not surprised. I've heard that from a lot of people. The Scar platform is if you look at the gearbox design, it's much heavily made, or the material that's used. There's a lot more mass at the front of the gearbox where they normally break. So that piston slamming forward all the time. There's so much mass around it because of the recoil system. They tend to last forever, especially the Scars. Before you sign off and get drunk, white girl wasted. Amazing videos, loved it. May do an Airsoft photo tips video chat on the sofa. Would have some serious news dropping next week. Awesome. So I think guys should come down. I'll try and get Richie down again. Yeah. We'll go for some food and then we'll get Guy Butler in. Guy does a lot of photography with the military. He's very well travelled, well versed. He's been around the airsoft scene for a little while, kicked it with some of these Sterling guys, and definitely someone that would be interesting to have down here and tell some cool stories.
He's 1000% the alliest looking photo guy in a Milsim I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I remember seeing him I think it was Stanton. He had his like plate carrier, lid with a baseball cap underneath. Like, this guy's the shit.
Yeah, Guy knows how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've hung out with Guy a few times, and I met him in London and took him up to my work, and we were chilling, having a bit of a chat, and he, at the time, I can't say what he was photographing, but he was photographing some really cool shit. They let him play in a tank. So, I don't know, I might get in trouble now. No, you won't. Do you have any other companies that sell coyote pouches that are similar to the warrior colour? I don't know, coyote's a weird one.
Yeah.
Coyote from one colour is tan to another.
Yeah, you've got
and then
really
it's sand
one.
from another and desert from another, I don't know. To be honest, that sell coyote probs that are similar. Sell coyote. I don't know. If I was to just buy a coyote from Warrior, at least you know they're going to be the same thing. Have you run any good precision stuff? No. I haven't actually run any, but I've tried a lot on and had a look at a lot. My friend Matt has been through the entire Cry back catalogue. He's had a JPC1, JPC2, he's had an ABS and a CPC. And I tried the CPC here and I tried the Semico CPC, and I personally couldn't tell the difference between the two. If you were to put them in front of me.
Yeah.
I like the JPC, but for me it's just too much of a small platform. Like, I like the lower section and upper on a plate carrier for all comms and stuff, and like the sides I like a bit bulky shoulder pads so I can hide all my Raycal cables. It's the only reason why I haven't really bought one, just because they just seem so sparse. But other than that, no. I'm not a massive fan of Cry. I know people have paid silly money, and then, like I say, at the Valley, fucking everyone rips their Cry trousers.
It's just expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pain, mate. Yeah, true. Guys, we're going to wrap up, so any more questions, fire them off. Richie's going to check Instagram. If you've got any more questions on YouTube, fire them off now, otherwise we're going to be getting out of here.
Back to this comms question. What's the standard of voice procedure generally? I would say, without, because that's a whole other topic altogether. You could get right into that. But general rule of thumb is you keep your comms very short, so 5 or 6 words maximum. You speak slowly, clearly, and not on the move. Like, literally, if you need to send a comm, go to the ground, take a knee, because obviously all the time all the connections are moving, wobbling about. You're going to break the connection, and your aerial's wobbling. Because obviously all the antennas are directional, you know, so you need to think about that. But yeah, just keep it slow, precise, and very short comms.
I think comms wise, it'll be in a whole other video. I think it'll be something that we film off air and then put up. Because comms is one that I get asked about a lot, and really you need someone to spend a lot of time with different comms, and I haven't particularly. Someone just said to me, what's your dream TM recoil gun that hasn't been made yet? A W2000.
Is that the wooden stock one?
Yes!
Yeah, I love that gun.
Yeah, me too.
The recoil version though?
Yeah, I like a recoil version, and I want it with the traditional fold down legs at the front that come built into the upper rail.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll top that then. Have you seen the, what's that, they call it the Wild Horse or something? The M14 EBR.
No.
It's like an M14 EBR, but it has like this weird like gold bronze chassis with this thing had a drum mag on it, like a vortex scope. Just absolutely disgusting. Yeah, mate.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, obviously,
going
back to a sniper rifle, I'd like something like that. I mean, if not, I really like modern weapons, but at the same time, I'd like something classic. Like an old, I don't know.
Old ship.
Yeah. just an old cannon. TM called cannon. I don't know, yeah, something different.
Yeah, off it goes.
I've done an F2000 made by TM. What's the best airsoft text for custom work? Depends on the gun.
Depends on the gun.
Sam at Kingdom. Is it Sam?
I've just got. We were hoping to show you guys, but I've just got this back from Ross at the cage. He's just started his tech business full time now. So if you hit him up, Ross at the cage or just the cage, He fitted a Titan Gate MOSFET with this for me.
We were going to try and show that.
Yeah, basically, he's really good. He fitted this MOSFET in. It's like, it comes with this, you can download the software for your laptop or your PC. Basically, you plug this gun into your laptop and you program the gun. It kind of blew my mind a little bit when he first showed me, but yeah, he's basically brought this thing back to life after many months of death. He's done my SCAR L for me now. So yeah, I'd say...
How did that go at the weekend?
This was good. This was very, very good. Yeah, very happy with the MOSFET. Very snappy, very responsive. You know, rounds per second were good. Accuracy, I think it needs looking at, but it might just need cleaning because I've not cleaned this barrel in forever. So
changing uppers and stuff, there's always a risk of getting something in.
Absolutely. But yeah, I don't really know who else who you could recommend. I guess it depends where you are.
Yeah, it depends who you are. I've sent my TM back to Camo, Merrick, who works really closely with the guys at Kingdom of Airsoft. So yeah, those guys are really cool. I'll leave that for you guys to have a chat. Sam at Kingdom, Jez from Bespoke Airsoft, a few places you can try, get the TDU and strikers, the tight fit. Claw gear for trousers for me. It doesn't matter what size you are, you can be a small, short legged little bastard like I am, or you can be really tall. They do a variety of different sizes. They do them in long and short, as well as your waist size. They go from like a 29, 30, which is their smallest, all the way up to larger. So yeah, they aren't baggy. If you want a recommendation, get the operator pant. They're probably my favourite out of all of them.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, guys. Question-wise, Instagram, have you got anything before we sign out?
No, I think Caretaker Task Force, he said I second Ross at the cage. He is good for TM recall as well, apparently.
Yeah, Adam Claw Gear is who I said. Go and check him out, clawgear.com. If not, if you're in the UK and you want immediate delivery, you can do that over at UK Tactical, and they have all of the stock in from them. Definitely recommend Claw Gear. If you're after something really like big, like obscure sizes, then maybe think about custom, but it's only if you're super huge. I'm sure there's some SF guys out there bigger than you. So.
Task Force M4, please send the link to your kit, thanks. You can buy it. 6 million Ugandan dollars, it's yours. What else?
And you have to send it by carrier pigeon.
Yeah, it has to be sent by pigeon, I'm afraid. I won't accept anything less.
If you do want some more information on Richie's kit, best thing you can do, hit him up on Instagram. It's DJ Richie C. If you look him up, I will be someone that's following him. If not, I will link him in the post that's below this. I'll do it as soon as I get on my phone, which is on live thing from YouTube's.
Delta01, put you guys on the spot. Top 5 Milsim organisers in the UK in order.
Sterling, all the rest of shit.
I would say Sterling. No, in all seriousness,
I don't know 5 Milsim organisers.
This is a discussion we're having. We're not saying that Sterling's the best because there's no one else there. There are other people that are about, Legion, etc, etc, etc.
Guy, CAG aren't around anymore. It's not fair. You can't use the C word. You've banned it.
It is banned. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't think that there isn't that many actual Milsim companies about. There's battle sims. There's skirmishes that pretend to be Milsims.
There's a lot of them.
A lot of them.
I don't think you can class Airborne and Warzone. I'm sorry, Kenny and Dave.
Warzone, absolutely not.
Like, I like you guys, I appreciate what you do, but these whole day game things where you have to have someone sat in an ops room all day, and yeah, it's not Milsim, guys. It's not Milsim, right? So, in my opinion, in the UK, there isn't really anything at the moment other than Sterling. I do think there are some other companies that are going to potentially get there, but at the moment they're not. That's my opinion. It's a shame, the C word, CAG, they come around, they did a couple of events, and then they sailed off, like a mythical sea beast, into the mist, and they're not coming back. So we can't really rate them. If not, CAG would definitely be up there. But for consistency and for ongoing storyline and for going there and knowing what you're going to get, you can't beat Sterling.
I mean, we wish there was. We wish there was a lot more.
I wish there was 100 companies doing Milsims every weekend. But it's not.
No.
So top 5, it would be Sterling. There isn't anything else up there, in my opinion. 511 do some good kit. Yeah, I like the 511 stuff. I've got a couple of 511 tops. Apparently they changed their supplier recently to like India or something like that. Someone was explaining me the other day, some gear nerd. Their kit was really good, went massively down the hill. It might have been Adriano.
Who's that?
511.
Oh, okay.
So they used to like produce their stuff in like Eastern Europe, quality was good, and then they swapped recently to go down to like India or something, and now it's dog shit. Yeah, so I've actually got some old 511 stuff that's really good. Okay, I have thermal top and stuff, but
I've got a couple of their old school pouches, and just like they're made of like dark matter.
Bomb-proof.
Dark matter, you can't break them.
Throw him at Superman and fuck his day.
You'd canoe him, he would die.
That's it. Right, guys, we're going to wrap up. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Cheers, Richie.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for having us. Thank you for, guys, all your input on the kit. You know, hopefully you can take something away from this. You know, in the words of Bruce Lee, you know, take what is good, you know, get rid of what is not, and add what is essentially your own. So yeah, hopefully it's all be good.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Look, you know, we're going to try and do as many of these as possible. If there's specific things that you want covered, comms, I definitely think we'll get Richie in to do it again. We'll definitely do some more live streams, have some different people in the studio. Definitely going to get Guy down, definitely going to get Al down. And we'll try and hang out together and cover as much stuff as possible. If there's anything you wanted to ask, you didn't get a chance to, in the comments below, head over to YouTube, subscribe to my channel. We will be doing more of these. Thank you everyone on Instagram. Thank you everyone for staying tuned with us on YouTube, and we'll catch you all soon.